step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
A very good morning, you beautiful people. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on SABC3. It is Wednesday, the 2nd of October. We've entered the last stretch of the year, and it's so good to be in your company at the start of a brand new day. Hopefully a day that'll be equal parts inspiring and entertaining as you started off with us. Thank you for joining us. Uncle Tabsy.
Factor. Good morning.
Very, very good, man.
You're looking so relaxed and so rejuvenated this morning.
Yeah, the whole... I started a mission yesterday with the whole...
October.
I can even... Yeah, well, people are doing October.
Yeah.
So now I'm taking it a step further. It's not just October, it's H2 October.
Which means
So
what?
I'm trying to increase my water intake in general. So I'm allowing myself 1 cup of coffee in the morning. And then the rest of the time I drink just water. Or at
must
least
say-
water-based drinks.
Just looking at your nose, I can see you are so hydrated.
Even just my nose
starts-
is telling the
starts
tale.
here, it
That's
starts here all the
incredible.
time.
And then
It
just...
starts here and then
It's a new
the rest of your
dawn, it's a
body.
new day.
And it feels
Amazing.
so good. Well, listen, it's going to be such a fantastic show. My name is Tabiso Makubela. Otherwise, Uncle Tabsy to you and everyone else. But we're going to have
Do people
such a
actually walk up to you?
Yes.
Uncle Tabsy.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Everywhere I go.
What a one night
But listen, we're going to have such a fun show for you this morning. Of course, we've got Miss South Africa's Ozibini Tunzi joining us.
Unbelievable. She's in the green room
building.
right now getting her makeup did, and she's so nice.
She is so nice to
She's
everyone. She is so, what's the word, graceful?
Yes, absolutely.
So much grace. And then we're going to be asking you, in fact, already on Facebook, this question. How do you respond when you get another and another and another telemarketing call?
Oh, one of those, Mr. Makubela. Oh, can I please speak to Tabisoko Makubela?
Yeah.
Like speaking.
Yep.
I wonder if I could have 10 minutes of your time.
Absolutely. Well,
Like, no.
They usually say a few minutes, and then the next thing you know, it's 20 minutes. But listen, that's what we're asking you on Facebook. Do you entertain the calls and just go through with the entire call? Do you stop it and say, sorry, not interested, right off the top of the phone call? Let us know on our Facebook page. Expresso.
I was looking at the picture and asking how do you respond?
Sometimes, depending on how I feel and how many of those calls I've received on that day, I may entertain it just for 30 seconds. I mean, usually I already know that whatever they're selling, I really don't need, because I already have the stuff that I need in place that they sell over the phone calls, right?
Yeah.
So just to be nice, I try and be nice as much as I can.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they're also, those people are also doing a
their
job.
job.
Trying to put bread on the table so you understand. Hey, but sometimes they insist that like, no, I'm not trying to sell you a cell phone contract. I just want to know whether you're willing to part with this amount of money every month for the next 24 months in exchange for a mobile device.
Yeah. But there's always something, there's always a catch. But listen, let us know. It's Expresso Morning Show SABC3 using that hashtag Expresso Show on Facebook. Time to catch up with the rest of the team. Guys, what's happening there?
Good morning, gang. Dory, we'll try not to be as irritating as a telemarketer this morning. Good morning from my side. My name is Graham Richards. I'm also doubly excited this morning because an old friend has come to care a little bit. Jack Parow is in the house as well. So we've got Miss South Africa, Jack Parow. It's going to be a superstar edition of the show. So excited to have you join us. Thank you so much. I think with me and telemarketers, I try to kill them with kindness. I must be one of the nicest people at that firm, but I never let them get longer than like 5 seconds into it before I let them down gently and release them. But hopefully we'll harden you up a little bit today and have a little bit of fun joking about how you deal with telemarketers so that the next one that you speak to, because they are ultimately, they've got a job to do as well, you can let them down easy. But let's see what this beautiful brand new day in our fresh new month has to offer on the weather front, see how you should be preparing, getting your mind into the game. Let's start it off in Johannesburg, where it's partly sunny today with occasional cloud cover and a northerly wind blowing throughout the day, and clear skies expected as the evening approaches and the wind dies down. That humidity is going to remain extremely low throughout. Then in Durbs, a break from the rain, but it is still mainly cloudy with a strong northeasterly wind, and that'll pick up towards the afternoon, towards the evening. Sky will clear, humidity will increase as it does in Durbs, so enjoy a little bit of a respite from the rain. Then down in Port Elizabeth, intervals of clouds and sunshine with a northeasterly breeze that picks up as the day progresses. Partly cloudy conditions can also be expected towards the evening. And then down in the mother city, mainly cloudy conditions today. today with warmer temperatures than yesterday. Humidity will increase throughout the day and cloud cover will be decreasing, and a southwesterly breeze is expected, probably not as heavy as we've seen over the last couple of days. Then of course we like to get prepped for our weather, seeing as it's going to be quite a nice day. Not just going overboard, but it's a denim Wednesday for me, doubling up with the denim, nice dark denim jean, something nice and fitted with a loose relaxed. I think we're all going with kind of a loose relaxed vibe today, but of course you can shop all the styles online and in store at Woolies. How are you feeling about maybe you want to post a couple of outfits of how you dress today, inspire us with your sense of style. Gentlemen, I've got to ask you, how are you feeling today from a style perspective? Is it a chill Wednesday? We've got to kind of reflect the freewheel, the downhill towards the weekend, yeah?
Well, it's time for us to get inspired by our daily quote for today on this beautiful Wednesday here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And today, here's our quote. I want to read it out to everyone. It says, "Be active, don't put off what can be done today. After all, there is no time like the present." Be active. Don't put off what can be done today. After all, there is no time like the present. We seem to focus so much of our energy on postponing so many of the things that we want to get to, chasing your dream, making that phone call, picking up that phone, knocking on that door. Maybe just do it today, because tomorrow is not promised. And on that note, let's get this show on the road. We're going to be checking out the news. There's so much going on around the world. In fact, one really interesting story that I heard about the University of Cape Town ranking right at the top as one of the best universities producing some of the most employable graduates, which is one of the news you're going to be hearing about today. It's quite impressive and it's quite amazing, especially around this time where everybody's feeling a little bit negative around the academics of the country. To see that happening is absolutely inspiring and beautiful, and something we want to be hearing. Kat, what's the news looking like?
Thanks very much, Tabzi. Here are those news headlines at the start of the day. President Cyril Ramaphosa launched the Health Sector Anti-Corruption Forum yesterday, targeting corruption in the public and private healthcare sector. Now, hundreds of families have been left homeless after a fire swept through the Pomona informal settlement in Kempton Park on the East Rand. One person died in a shack fire in the informal settlement of Nomzamo in the Strand, where 47 homes were destroyed. On the international front, Nigerian police say they have rescued 19 expectant mothers aged between 15 and 28 from a string of locations in Lagos where pregnant women were being forced to give birth to children for sale. Baby girls were sold for $830 and boys for $1,384. Now, Russian alcohol consumption has decreased by 43% from 2003 to 2018, a decline attributed to a series of alcohol control measures implemented by the state and a push towards healthier lifestyles. And finally, humanitarian organization Gift of the Givers yesterday once again stepped in to render help and relief to an area suffering from severe water shortages. This time it was Graaff-Reinet in the Eastern Cape, where the main water source, the Nkweba Dam, has run dry. Now, the municipality is presently servicing 3,392 households and a population of 37,670 from 28 boreholes. Gift of the Givers founder Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman said drastic intervention was urgently required. He added that the organization would be sending these super links laden with water, 3 water tanks, a drilling machine, and its renowned hydrologist, Dr. Gideon Groenewald, to render help. Municipality spokesperson Edwardine Abadar expressed sincere gratitude to Gift of the Givers. And that's your morning headlines. We'll take a look at fuller stories at the top of the hour. Right now, let's take a look at what happened in the world of sport. Graham, tough one today. Tough one today.
Let's start it off with our Rugby World Cup watch. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has named a very strong side to face off against Italy in their crucial Pool B clash in Shizuoka on Friday. Front rowers Tendai Beast and Twararira and Bongi Mbonani, as well as Loklut Yaga, have been promoted to the Springbok senior starting pack after their stellar performances over last weekend. Then Stormers and Western Province utility back Damian Willemse has now been called up to join the Springboks in Japan for for the Rugby World Cup. That was after Jesse Kriel sadly has been ruled out with that hamstring injury. Then bringing it back to cricket, the Indian women's cricket team claimed a 51-run win over the Proteas women. That was in their fourth 2020 international match in Surat yesterday. Then plenty of football action last night. Midweek PSL action saw wins for the top of the table Kaizer Chiefs, claiming a 2-0 win over Golden Arrows. Amazulu beat Cape Town City surprisingly 2-1, and Chippa United lost out at home to Bidvest Wits. They registered a 1-0 win last night. And then further afield in our UEFA Champions League action, it resumed yesterday with Manchester City securing a 2-0 win over Dynamo Zagreb at the Etihad, and Tottenham Hotspur suffering a humiliating 7-2 home defeat to Bayern Munich in London last night. We won't be doing any more on any of those stories as we progress. But you can look forward to some rugby, thankfully, today. There'll be 2 Rugby World Cup fixtures taking place, starting with the Pool C clash between France and the USA at 10:15, and of course affecting the Springboks indirectly. The defending World Cup champions New Zealand will be taking on Canada at 12:15 this afternoon. More on all of those stories as we progress.
It is now time for us to take a look at a more comprehensive look at the weather across the country. But first, we take a look at those beautiful sunrise pictures we've asked you to send through. Thank you so much to Lionel Gordon for sending us his sunrise picture from Plettenberg Bay, where partly cloudy conditions can be expected with increasing cloud cover towards the evening, reaching a maximum of 24 degrees. And our regular photographer, Gary Okamp, also sent us his sunrise picture from East London, where mainly cloudy conditions can be expected with warmer temperatures reaching a max of 24 degrees. Thank you so much for those pictures. You can do the same by sending them through to us on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. And now we take a look at those temperatures across the country. We start off in Polokwane with a low of 7 today, reaching a high of 22. And if you're out in Mbombela, your low today is 9, reaching a high of 23, with the capital city Pretoria at 9 and 23. Johannesburg 8, and your high is 21, with a northeasterly wind traveling at 24 kilometers per hour expected for Mahikeng. 11, that's your low, reaching a high of 26. Klerksdorp 11, reaching a max of 25, with a northerly wind of 20 kilometers per hour. That's for Kimberley. 12, that's your low, reaching a high of 27 degrees. Bloemfontein 9 and 23, with a couple of showers expected for Richards Bay. 15, reaching that max of 24. Pietermaritzburg 11, reaching a high of 25. And if you're out in Durban, expect high humidity today. 16, that's where you start off, peaking at 22. Mthatha 12, reaching a high of 26, with East London coming through at 17 and 24. Craddock, you've got high humidity as well over there. 9, reaching a high of 28, with Port Elizabeth at 16, reaching that max of 24 degrees. George, your temperatures today 13, that's where you start off, peaking at 26 degrees. And if you're out in Sutherland, brace yourself. Lowest temperatures in the country today 6, that's your start, reaching that high of 22. And the mother city, Cape Town 13, reaching a high of 22. If you're out in Worcester, 11, reaching a max of 27. Sunny Springbok today coming through with a low of 6, reaching a high of 29. And the highest temperatures in the country, that's Uppington 14, reaching a max of 30 degrees. And that is where we wrap it up for now. The next report will be in just over half an hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Miss South Africa, Zosi Pini. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So good to have you here. You're gorgeous.
Thank you so much. You too.
This is a moment. The 9th of August will forever be etched in our memories as the day that you became our brand new Miss South Africa. Princess,
Yes.
you're making something for the whole Miss South Africa. What do you have?
I'm making a rooibos tea for you. Thank you so much, Princess.
This is
Love
honored.
it. Thank
She
you.
is
She is honored. She's like, here's rooibos for you. Thank you.
I love it. Well, she's going to be with us throughout the entire show. Stay with us, fam. Miss South Africa is in the house, and she's not going anywhere. Yes! Only the highest grade Arabica beans. McAfee, great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
Only you can make my day.
Catch Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, tonight at 7:30 on SABC3.
As the remaining 8 contestants tackle a live 3-hour Expresso takeover.
Who will make the most of their time to shine and who will crack under the pressure?
It's all happening right here on Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition.
Wednesday evenings at 7:30.
Repeat on Saturdays at 1. Only on 3. The stage is yours. Own it.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. And man, is it going to be a crazy show. I'm available for it. We're here.
Yes, we are so on time for it. On time.
We love it. So we experience the palpable adrenaline that courses through your veins while presenting live television. It really is something that you have to experience at least once in your lifetime. When we saw our top 8 presenters search on 3 finalists taking part in the recent takeover of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. However, tonight's episode of the biggest and most popular presenter talent scout show will take a behind-the-scenes look at what went down behind the cameras, as well as see who is going to be eliminated next. So joining us to share more about his experience on the show is contestant Dean Whitman, everybody. Pew, pew, pew.
Man, you're looking so relaxed. Why? What's your secret this morning? I mean, you're definitely looking a lot more calm than you did last time we saw you here.
I'm in the interview chair this time, so it's totally different.
Very nice. Yeah.
Well, look, you've gotten the opportunity to experience this production both as a guest, coming here, observing what goes on, to piece it all together, but you also really had an opportunity last week to step in front of the camera and deliver this show. What's the major difference between the two?
Look, major difference for me is the one you're an observer and you follow the questions. The other one is you in front of that camera now and that red light goes on and it's like, you know, heart is here.
Yeah.
Because you're like one bloop and everybody's going to see, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think what made it worse was just before we went live, and Lucian says to us, say hello to 1.5 million South Africans. I'm like, 1.5 million?
Thanks, Lucian.
That's just what you want to hear before you go on a live TV show for the first time.
No, 100%. But it's daunting, right? Yeah. So I think people think that you can get used to it, but I don't think you can ever get used to it. Yeah. I think that nerves is always going to be there.
Yeah.
But I suppose it's how you use it. You can either use it to your advantage or you can let it take over. You know?
Exactly. So. What was the biggest learning curve for you in terms of A, interacting with the guest, B, interacting with your script, and also that beautiful thing called the auto cue, darling?
My biggest learning was auto cue. I mean, I've never done it before.
Yeah.
Never ever looked at an auto cue. I've had to read auto cue, and my assumption was, well, you don't want to, you know, read too fast or too slow.
Yeah.
So I'm like slowing this thing down. I'm reading this auto cue, and you can see I'm reading.
Yeah.
You can see it. I mean, I watched it, and you can see.
Okay.
Oh, man. So, obviously, you've spent so much time on the studio floor here interacting with everyone. It's a different type of environment to what you're used to. Did it make it any easier for you to just rise up to the occasion when you had your challenge last week?
I don't think it's any easier, no matter how many times you get in front of the camera, but I think practice makes perfect. So you start seeing how everything comes together. I mean, what the viewers see and what's going on behind the scenes is two different things, right? Chalk and cheese. But you start learning how to put the puzzle piece together. And I think that's what you see. So you'll see yourself, you'll see Leanne, you'll see Kat and Graham. You have a flow. Yeah. And I think once you get used to the flow and understanding how everything pieces together, that makes it easier. Yeah. Last week, when we took over the Expresso show, you know, you get quickly, here's your Bible, this is the cue sheet, and this is your iPad. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
You know, and you see INT, you see out, and you don't know what it means.
Yes.
But you slowly but surely get into it. And I think a lot of us as contestants, we started to notice, you know, you get into the flow. Okay, so there's the long version, there's the short version, you know, and you slowly but surely you put it together.
Between you and the remaining contestants, what is the consensus on what it takes to be an Expresso presenter?
Firstly, you've got to have charisma. It's very clear. And each person brings their own authenticity to the show. Right? So don't try and be somebody that you're not. Be real and just let that realness flow through. I think a lot of the time you could almost hypersensitize a fake you. And I think that's going to come across on camera. You can see it. So between all of us that are left, we can definitely see, you know, be yourself, feed off each other, and make it a vibe.
Make it a vibe.
Make it a vibe.
And
all the
it is
best
a vibe
to you.
indeed.
It is. We can't wait to check all of that action out tonight at 7:30. There are 5 more weeks on this journey to finding out who will be taking the 2 coveted presenting spots right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Share in this exciting process. Really, you must do it. Tune in to Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, every Wednesday. That's tonight at 7:30, with repeats every Saturday at 1 p.m. right here on SABC3, where
the stage is yours. Own it.
That's right. It's your time to shine with Presenter Search on 3 and Orbit Gum.
Well, it's going to be a fun episode tonight, you know that for sure.
Yeah, man, I just had a brief moment. I was like, oh, has he been eliminated? Oh, no, why is he here? And I'm like, oh, it's only Wednesday tonight.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't missed anything.
Very proud of you, dude.
You haven't missed anything.
Made an awesome connection.
Yeah. But unfortunately, we do live in a country and in a space where a lot of children do miss out on the very important nutrition that they need. In fact, they go hungry every single day. And we, as an Expresso family, as people, do feel that one child going without the necessary nutrition they need, without a proper decent meal, is one child too many. But fortunately, they do say that it's in the darkest skies that you see the brightest stars, and one of them is this gentleman right next to me.
No, hardly.
No, definitely, because he's doing an amazing job running the 1 Million Plus One campaign alongside the good folks at Rise Against Hunger. And this Saturday, you can join them to be part of the massive effort, the mammoth task of packing more than 1 million meals together to feed South African kids.
And some of the most vulnerable children in the country, mainly going to creches that are looking after some of the most malnourished children. 20 children are dying of starvation in South Africa every day, which is ridiculous to me. So we have an opportunity. Last year, you helped us pack 100,000. This year, from this World Hunger Day to the next, we're going for 1 million plus one, because that plus one signifies the next hungry belly that we're looking to feed. But you can help us kickstart the process with the first 50,000 meals at Table Bay Mall. We're going to be going across the country, starting in the Cape this year. You can sign up at Rise Against Hunger Africa's website. That's Rise Against rahafrica.org, or just hit us up on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page, and we'll connect you with the right people. It's unforgivable that we live in this situation, that we have children starving in our own country, but we can't stop it. We can do something about it, and do it right now. And the school that joins us with the most learners will help us pack this year the last 2,100 meals that we're going for this year live on Expresso. We'd love to see you there. So thank you so much for all the help you've already given, but we've got a mammoth task ahead of us. We need your help to do it.
Certainly a feel-good task to be involved in. And thank you very much for bringing it to us, Graham. Come on, go and join them. So check out rahafrica.org, and we'll see you there on Saturday.
Hi, my name is Simphiwe Ngema and I play Pindile Shezi on Isidingo. And you could be joining me on Tropica Island of Treasure. Buy Tropica and follow the instructions on the bottle. Take a video of yourself and tell us why you would be my ideal partner. Then upload it on all the social media platforms, your Twitter, your Instagram and your Facebook, using the hashtag TIOT9. Come find your smooth fame and fortune on Tropica Island of Treasure carousel.
Hij stopt niet einde. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Kom maar, actually, als je kan je mij nog track gee alsjeblieft. Check, 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 check. So hoe je zwemt op de sizes van een gampie en hoe... Check, 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 sorry. Ek plonk met rombus in die stad, want ek het gisteravond by die huis gekom en op die mat. O, ek so jammer, by wie weet nie wat het ek gedink nie. Nou sweer ek hoog en laag dat ek gaan nooit weer flip en drink nie. Of like definitief nie weer vir die rest van die dag nie. Maar ek kan nie beloof wat gebeur as die son later sak nie. Want ek sanoggend weer bang, babbelas. Dis omdat ek gisteravond weer wyte warm was. Ek is altyd op pad tussen chilled en aansbevangen. Raak wakker kaal gat op onbekende banke. Jou ek sanoggend weer bang, babbelas. Dis omdat ek gisteravond weer wyte.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Tune into it, feel the vibe, your feel-good breakfast show.
Doing the Minority Report.
You have to. It's the Tech Talk, man, the Tech Report on all things happening in the world of science and technology. And often in science, people strive to do one thing and by accident invent something completely different. Think penicillin,
yeah,
artificial sweetener, all by accident. And now, it's in our coffees. So this is also such a case where a scientist, Erica Apple, accidentally invented a substance that is completely flame retardant and can potentially protect huge areas from wildfires.
That's massive in South Africa. If you think of what's the devastation in wildfires just here in the Western Cape alone. So the flame retardant gel was accidentally invented when Apple was trying to save people from disease, not fire. Usually spending his time developing gels and other substances that are good transporters of medicine into the human bodies. That's crazy.
Yeah, Apple's brother-in-law, Jesse Acosta, asked whether it would be possible to use these gels by filling them up with flame retardant used by his fire prevention services. And in the retardant he referred to was the red clouds you usually see planes dropping over fires at risk forests.
How cool is that, man? So Apple and his colleagues then got to work, and now this environmentally friendly gel can be used to protect against wildfires for months. Apple has created a startup that will commercialize the solution, and I'm sure do incredibly well, hopefully helping us fight against ever-increasing wildfires around the world. Imagine you can get, now that we know that drones can do crop dusting as well, put the fire retardant drones, send them out to save the world.
The big question I've got is if her effort was to try to save humanity from disease and she inadvertently then created this nature-saving thing, does that mean that in order to save humanity we need to look after nature first?
Quick.
Dion Wired, where humans go for technology.
Well, we all know that so many of the biggest films being released, the heroes that kids follow and the merchandise that parents buy for their children, they all really do have the origins in comic books.
Oh, and because comics are all about the artwork, at this year's Comic-Con Africa, they focused on illustration as an international career and how to get that message to young South Africans with talent.
The world of comic books and animation has been gaining traction fast in South Africa over the past couple of years, and that is why Comic-Con 2019 is all about exciting comic book lovers as well as encouraging aspiring artists to explore their full potential by exposing them to only the best in the game.
Those who read and watch comic books, series, games or movies are an international community of tens of millions whose strongest sense of shared identity is with fellow fans.
Ku, I must say I'm absolutely loving the new venue for Comic-Con this year. What do you think it is about this event that attracts so many people?
It's just a place to be yourself, right? The place to showcase everything you love about your entertainment, whether that's zombies, whether that's comic book, whether that's Japanese anime, whether that's video game, Fortnite, you name it. And you get to meet other people that are into the same thing you are.
A highlight this year has to be the comic book and animation section. Can you talk to us more about it?
Comic book, I mean, is the foundation of so much of today's entertainment, right? The Aquaman and the Avengers of the world, the great TV shows, great video game, but so many of them, you started off as comic books. So we really feel like we want to feature comic book artists from all over the world. So we got international artists here and really feature artists from South Africa and artists from different countries all over the Africa continent.
What we've done is we've listened to our fans. So we've given everybody more space. We've moved into a bigger venue. Our artist alley is 3 times as big as it was last year, with 11 international comic book authors and artists that have come from all over the globe. And what I really love about that is our local talent. They're really starting to get their place on the global stage. And that's amazing. We've got amazing talent in this country.
Apps which activate animation are the latest innovation in viewing comics on a smartphone, making for a more interactive experience with the work of creators like Ray Witcher.
Ray, what are you going to be bringing to Comic-Con 2019?
I've got 2 comics that I've made at the moment. So I've got this title here called Wanton. Wanton is actually a really interesting story about a father and son pair of Sangoma that are actually battling a horde of Tokoloshe. I like to make my stories as South African as possible, and I've also situated it as a very Joburg sort of comic. So it actually follows on with this title, Spook. Spook is also is based in Joburg, but he's sent off to assassinate an evil witch, and he gets taught a very mean lesson. Both Spook and Wanton use South African languages. It's not just an English comic. So Spook's very much Afrikaans, and Wanton is mostly actually spoken in Sotho. And the reason being is that I wanted it to be an authentic South African experience, so not just a normal old comic that you'd expect to read when you buy it off the shop. So rather something that can speak to the people that live here.
Terence, you're a digital artist. Talk to us a little bit about why you decided to follow this career.
So Cust's sketchbook is trying to introduce this visual development world into the townships, encouraging young kids to get into the art career, visual development, fashion, just to show them that there's so much in the arts in terms of like the careers you can venture into. So that's a project myself and Panda started just to introduce it to the hood. The world is ready to see authentic African visual development from characters, stories. I always say drawing from your own backgrounds, telling your own stories so people can relate to your stories.
My favorite work would have to be my new Harlequin and Poison Ivy covers that I've just completed. They're going to be releasing on the 9th of October at comic stores. So what I'm enjoying most about being a part of Comic-Con Africa 2019 is just the energy, the people here, like just everybody being in their elements with just the excitement. Also, you know, the guest artists and just being around fans, just seeing how far also my artwork has been able to sort of reach.
Guys, how long did it take you to get ready and prepare all of this?
Well, we had to have our face molded about early in the week, so about a week, 5 days. And then today it took us the whole morning from 7 o'clock up until 1:30 just to get all our makeup and everything done.
Well, basically, we have died and come back to life. And as you can see, there is a rat coming through my best friend's dad's head.
Talk to us more about your character.
So Pennywise is actually from the 1990s. He's actually a book. He's based on a book. And it's just about an evil clown, which is not his real form, but he preys on young kids because of their fear, and he eats them.
And how long did it take you to get ready?
So it only took me 10 minutes because it's just 3 different pieces. So it was really easy, really convenient, and yeah, worth it.
You're here with tens and thousands of other people who are also just into pop culture, just into expressing themselves, whether that's in cosplay, which is a cool t-shirt, or just want to watch other people play a video game. This is your people. You know, talk to them, make friends. You know, that's what Comic-Con is all about. It's a gathering.
As fans, we might be surprised at how many of our illustrators and artists make a living creating comic art on an international stage. And here's to many more joining them.
Well, from some very, very creative people out there to your mama's favorite rapper, Jack Parow, in the house. Good to have you back on the show, man. Your
Nice
first
to be
time in
here.
our new studio.
I know, I love it.
You like
really
it?
lekker,
You
yeah.
like it?
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. Listen, we're going to be chatting to Jack Parow about exactly what he's been up to, what's been happening in his life. But we're talking about getting those telemarketer calls over and over again. How do you usually react to them?
Because I try not to be too hectic, because you know, I know they like just doing their job.
Yeah, yeah.
But it depends on when they catch me. Like sometimes, if I'm like irritated or not in a lack of vibe, I try just to basically put the phone down or just act like I can't hear them. And like, sorry, hello, sorry. I can't worry, sorry, hello, and then I just put down.
So just basically a lot of apologizing. Sorry.
No, just try to act like I can't hear them. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. You let us know what you do when you get those sometimes very annoying telemarketer phone calls on our Facebook page. Love to hear from you. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Jack Parow is in the house, your mama's favorite rapper.
Bring home more than just memories of Mauritius with Club Med's all-inclusive holiday packages for families, friends and active couples. Choose from 3 Club Med Mauritius resorts and save up to 15% on your December 2019 booking with their early booking bonus. Extra bonus, kids under 12 stay free in Mauritius and fly free on Air Mauritius. Contact the agency by Club Med to book and visit clubmed.co.za for details. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. Now, contrary to popular belief, Jack Parow's wildfire success did not happen overnight. Everybody thinks that. Now, he started out rapping with crews from the Cape Flats for many years before Culinary catapulted him to astronomical success. He joins us today to let us in on what he's currently working on. So make some noise, fam, for the one, the only, Jack Parow.
How's it? Your mama's favorite rapper, and you didn't even know it. You didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Dude, so take us through that journey.
Yeah, well, you know, I've been just making music for such a long time since I was young. I always wrote and wrote music, and obviously people thought I was crazy being like a white kid from Belleville trying to make Afrikaans rap music, but it was, yeah. And then finally worked out. I started working with people from Isaac Newton, Garlic Brown, Scallywag, all these kind of rappers that were from that time, and they just kind of built it up, and then I kind of worked and did like a lot of dodgy jobs and stuff, and then one day I just went in and I was like, I'm done with working.
Are these jobs on your CV?
No, not anymore. I took them off.
I feel that every morning.
Can I ask you this? So, like back in those days when you like just still, you know, pen to paper, writing it out like that, what was the first like line or bar that you hit where you like, okay, I can do this? That
you know, it was the thing was when I started out, I wrote in English because obviously that's what you hear, so you always just write in what you're listening to, and then I wrote like me and the two guys I was in a crew with were like did this song called Hard-Headed Hobo. We were like hobos, and like it was like a weird thing, and then I was like, I have to write it, and I just want to try to write it in Afrikaans.
Yeah.
And as soon as I started writing Afrikaans, it just like completely changed my whole vibe, and I never stopped writing Afrikaans again because it straight away felt like I was being myself.
Yes.
When I was writing English, it didn't always feel like I was actually being myself.
Yeah.
And as soon as I started writing Afrikaans, it just felt like a whole world opened up to me.
Wow.
And then I just wrote straight Afrikaans, and I never wrote English again. I mean, I do write a little bit in my songs English, but I mean, I never solely went back to writing English.
Oh, man.
Well, you know, funny enough, I don't know if you know this, but Culinary that has about 3.5 million views on YouTube.
Oh, is it nice?
At the end of this year, it's the 10-year anniversary.
Oh my word!
No way. Has it been 10 years? And how
I know, it's crazy,
celebrate this milestone? I mean, it felt like just yesterday.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I'm going to do a lot of cool stuff. I'm working I'm working on some new music with some cool collabs with some really cool guys, but I don't want to give away too much. I want to keep it a bit of a secret. I'll come back and tell you guys when it's there. But I'm working towards my birthday's on the 22nd of February, so I'm starting this year and then moving it through all the way through and releasing an album. I'm doing a shoe collab with Puma, doing a limited edition Jack Parow shoe.
Come on.
I'm doing stuff with the. I'm just working with my sponsors, you know, because I'm really thankful. You know, in the music industry at the moment, it being what it is, it's really important that the companies and the sponsors and the people that believe in you work with, to work with them and to have people like that. So I really want to work with. I work with my sponsors a lot, and I just want to give back to say thank you for everything they've done for me. So I'm doing a lot of cool collabs on that, and just making music. I've got a festival in Holland now that's called Parow Fest.
Oh, no
way. The second time,
Wow, that's cool.
Come on.
Yeah, second year. So the first one was sold out, and this one's almost sold out. I think there's about 300 tickets left. So I'm really excited. It's in Utrecht, in Holland, and so building up that and looking at bringing that to South Africa as well. Parow Fest.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go.
Tell me quickly about that. So
Swipe up on your TV now for tickets.
That's hilarious.
In that area at that time.
Wow. Wait, how did this happen? Parow Fest in Holland, in Utrecht.
I'm really lucky like this. My booking agency there is Live Nation and Mojo, which is like a massive booking agency there, in Europe. And they just came, my booker there, Martin, just came to me one day and said, you know, I tour there. I've been touring there for 10 years. We tour, so we sell our tours, and it's kind of let's build it up to one big show and do like a big thing. And then I was like, cool, let's do it. And then kind of got to the concept and got Parow Fest. So basically what I do is I take one artist local artists over. Last one was Jitsvanger. This time Fransje van Coke's going with me, and then I do with all my friends that I've made music in Holland with.
Yeah.
So that's a kind of the whole vibe of it. Yeah.
That looks amazing, man.
I
You're
feel like
so
we should go.
international.
Hey, Kat?
I feel the same.
Let's go.
Come.
Yeah, I feel like we should
Anybody
go.
want to sponsor us with
23rd of
the trip? Let's go.
November.
We're there.
Okay, we'll talk to our people, travel start and so on. Congratulations, man. This is amazing.
Lekker.
We should take a whole bunch of South Africans to Parow Fest.
I think so too. We must do like a comp.
Yo,
love
next
what
Parow
you're
Fest.
doing.
This one's a little bit close. A little bit close. Logistically, it's going to be
I'm such a now
nightmare.
I'm such a now person. But
Oh
anyway,
my goodness. You don't have to go all the way there right now because the one and only Jack Parow will be performing for you live on your Feel Good Breakfast show. It's like a front row seat that we hooked you up with. Why? Because we love you. That's
your
right.
mom's
That's
favorite
right.
rapper. Yes.
Hey, front row seats to Jack Parow.
Proud to be South African. Oh, love this dude, man. Well, from current rock star, one of the rocks of our ages, to the rock of all ages. If you've ever rocked out on road tripping hits like Don't Stop Believing, The Final Countdown, Here I Go Again, then this one is undoubtedly for you. The musical rock of ages takes 80s hits, weaves them into a story of rock and roll romance on LA's Sunset Strip, and does it superbly. When the bar where rock reigns supreme is set to be demolished, it's up to these wannabe rockers and their band of brave friends to save the day, and of course do it with music.
Rock of Ages is a feel-good stage production that has audiences dancing to every performance. I'm at Monte Casino, here to spend some time with the cast and crew ahead of their opening night.
For someone that doesn't know, what exactly is Rock of Ages?
So Rock of Ages is what we call a jukebox musical, and what that means is they've taken existing songs, and in this case all the most popular and amazing songs from the 80s, and they wrote a story and inserted the songs that people know already into the story. So it's a big Broadway musical with lots of lights and color and costumes and a massive South African cast. I think the reason why it's had such a long life is because it's so popular and because it features music that people knew and grew up with.
My journey from The Voice to Rock of Ages was, I gotta say, was pretty sweet. It actually started in 2017. I auditioned for Rock of Ages while the competition was still on, actually. And then the competition with The Voice carried on, and I came second, and pretty much about 3 months later, we started the first production of Rock of Ages in 2017 at the Lyric Theatre, and we're back. We're back in 2019 to do it all again at this incredible theatre. You just visited? Actually. Drew is a young wannabe rock star. He's tried and he's just not quite getting anywhere, and then Sherry comes on the scene and really sort of reignites his dream and his passion. So yeah, he dares to dream yet again.
Lois, tell me about your character, Justice.
Oh my gosh, I get to play the role of Justice Charlie. She's amazing. She's like a diva. She goes to California with this dream to be a soul singer, and then she ends up running a strip club, and she's like a motherly figure. She looks after the girls, the strippers, and she makes sure that they're taken in. She's sly because she's seeking for new talent.
You've been away for over 12 years in the States performing. How is it being back home and being part of this production?
It's fun to get back onto the theatre stage as opposed to being on a tour bus somewhere. It's really, really fun. I'm excited. I think a highlight for me has just been finding my passion for acting again. I've been singing for a long time, and most people just know me as a singer. They don't know that I do this, so it's something that's been hidden, and I'm just excited that I get to rediscover it and re-explore. The characters are funny, hilarious, and just also very relatable, so it's something that people would enjoy.
In the presence of greatness. Sito, how is it playing Stacey Jacks on Rock of Ages?
It's a lot of fun. Stacey Jacks is a ridiculously self-centered, narcissistic rock star, sex on legs, who is just over the top in this story. Playing a rock star in this case is a lot of fun because Stacey Jacks is what he is on stage as he is off stage, where I'm not that. So I'm having lots of fun. Just Rock of Ages is a beautiful and funny and tragic love story, more funny than tragic, with a great ending. It's not predictable. It's very detailed. There's lots of layers, lots of stories within the story.
I love rock music, and it's always been a part of my musical experiences, so I'm really looking forward to all the rock music and the action in Rock of Ages.
What made me come out here tonight? Well, I've got a lot of friends and colleagues in the cast, so just super stoked to see them on stage. But also, what a great night out! Some rock and roll, some comedy, some laughs, some high energy. So I'm just here for a good time.
I'm really looking forward to seeing my friend Josh Ansley, who plays Drew, and I'm really excited for all the 80s rock music. That's my absolute favorite, and I grew up on it.
Now, Vegas, time to clap it in.
Why should people not miss out on Rock of Ages?
It's a local production with proudly South African cast and a proudly South African technical team and South African designers. So yeah, we created something really unique.
Featuring 28 classic rock anthems from the 1980s, Rock of Ages runs at the Monte Casino Teatro in Johannesburg until the 20th of October.
Oh yes, listen, it's quite a special day. We are in the presence of greatness. I feel like introducing her as Her Royal Highness, because she's our reigning queen. You know what I mean? Miss South Africa, is in the house. Wow. So lovely to meet you in person.
Lovely to meet you too.
You are absolutely wonderful. You exude great energy. In the makeup room, everyone's just smiling at you. And well done. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. The energy in here is amazing.
You know, it's so weird, and I don't know how to act and behave around you. So I don't know when you walked in. I don't know. Should I go like this?
This one acts like it doesn't
like this? Do we stand in a pose or what?
But he's just typically awkward anyway at the best of times.
It's really such an awkward thing because last year you and I were in the top 6 of Presenter Search Cape Town, standing next to each other for elimination.
What's changed?
Now
what's changed?
You are my queen. I don't know what to do.
The difference a year can make. The difference a year can make.
Oh, you are absolutely stunning.
Good, well done.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to discovering what the journey's been like for you, because it's very, very recent occurrences in your life, and exploring all of that. So maybe even send through your questions to us on Expresso Morning Show SABC3 while we hang out with our new.
We must have pumped you for about 30 questions in the last 10 seconds. What's the crowd made of? When do you
Tabisa really wanted you to teach us the beauty queen wave. I know that it's not really a thing, but like if you could show, then
Is there such a thing?
There's no. It's kind of like the world peace answer, so it's not really a thing. But I'll indulge you because I see the sadness in your eyes. I'll do it just for you. We've got to add break while doing it. Will you show us how? So where do I?
There you go, Tabzi. This is the moment.
Oh.
Okay.
This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Oh, this is me
and
going to buy a burger today.
Mr.
McDonald's.
Every day, brave young kids around our country fight their own private battle against cancer. To show them that other kids and families have got their back, a portion of the proceeds from every NutriKids product sold will go to secure the next Clover NutriKids Choc Home in Port Elizabeth. A support base where children undergoing treatment and their families are accommodated, supported and given a fighting chance against cancer.
Jou vanoggend voel ek weer asof iemand heeltyd op my keus is. Probeer gister rond onthou, maar daar's te veel blank spaces. Elke keer as die foon lui, dink ek dat dit iets incredibly groot is. Soos maybe gaan iemand my tune dat my hond nou net dood is. Want hierdie bambabelas los my weer flip en angst bevange. Dan lê ek op die wand met nat gesweete hande. Dit voel voel asof my brein weer gisteraand verlaat het. Kry krampe soos ek die staf onthou wat ek weer gisteraand gepraat het. O, ek so jammer baby, weet nie wat het ek gedink nie. Nou so of like definitief nie weer vir die res van die dag nie. Maar ek kan nie beloof wat gebeur as die son later sak nie. Bang, babalas. Tik, tik, bang, babalas. Bang, babalas. Want ek's vanoggend weer bang, babalas. Dis omdat ek gisteraand weer buite warm was. Ek's altyd halfpad tussen chilled en angst bevangen. Raak wakker kaal gat op onbekende banke. Jou ek sal oggend weer bang, babalas. Dis omdat ek gisteraand weer buite warm was. Ek's altyd halfpad tussen chilled en angst bevangen. Raak wakker kaal gat onbekende bank. Ek's like, oh no, iemand was my skoon met flip en ouma. Dit voel of ek plat getackle is, dit jou nou flip en ouma. Of maybe meer like Coach James op is maar duplisie. Ek weet sy kon 'n babbelas wat met 'n flip.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. Thanks for joining us at the start of a brand new day. Now, Miss SA Zozibini Tunzi has been wearing the crown for just 2 months now, and she's already taking the world by storm. She's walking New York runways, featuring in American magazines, and becoming a global icon for natural African beauty. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to give Zozibini a warm Expresso welcome. Celebrate, jubilate.
Thank you. Wow, it's only been, what, 2 months?
Yeah, I can't believe it's just 2 months.
It's insane. Has it all sank in yet, the gravity of this platform that you've just been given?
You know, I think I can say it actually has sunk in a month ago, not so much, because, I mean, you're just introduced into this new world, just overnight your life changes like that. So I had to kind of adjust for the first month. But now, yeah, I'm doing fine. I can actually talk to people when they say Miss South Africa, because first I was like, who's that?
Who are they talking to?
Yeah, who are they talking to?
What's been the single biggest change?
Sure, I've had to move towns, because I was in Cape Town, and now I'm in Joburg, and really not being able to see family as well, just as much as the biggest change, I guess. But also being able to walk out and people recognizing who you are, I think that's the biggest change for me.
So, you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I was looking at this picture over here, and as I said in the intro as well, it's like, you are now an icon, the poster lady, poster child for African natural beauty. A lot of people look up to you for that. Is that a heavy, because that's another crown to carry in a way. Is that a heavy burden for you?
I think it's kind of not too heavy because it's just who I am naturally. And so it just comes naturally. I don't feel like I have to pretend or be that person that they think I am. And so it's actually quite wonderful that people look at it that way and feel like they can be, you know, comfortable in who they are as well.
In their own skin,
Yes. So for me, it's absolutely fantastic. And I'm just happy that people are finally embracing it for what it is.
Exactly. We said earlier on the difference that a year can make. I don't know if a lot of people know this, or if you remember, but you actually auditioned for Presenter Search on 3. Tabs actually just told us now. What was that experience like for you? Because I know that was maybe, could that have been the first moment when you just decided, you know what, presenting yourself to the world is what you wanted to do?
Sure. I think I'm always for trying, you know, new things and always going, I'm a communicator, I like to think, and so this is a different form of communication to what that was, and I had such a fantastic time doing it, and it helped me a lot really with this competition that I went into as well, because then I was able to communicate better, to interview better. So yeah, it was
stunning. I love that.
There's a connection.
And now, of course, taking your steps as Miss South Africa, you're walking into a great legacy of Miss South Africas that have come before you, that have performed particularly well, especially on the world stages of Miss Universe and Miss World and such. Have you been in talks with former Miss South Africas to kind of gain some experience and maybe gain some advice on how to best prepare for this?
Yes, actually, we're so much quite in contact with like former all of them. Actually, there's a WhatsApp group.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
There's a WhatsApp group.
I won't tell you what we talk about, but it's there with all these amazing women. So we do like catch up, and they try to see how you are, you know, just how you're adjusting.
Beautiful
and when I was in New York, yes, I had lunch with Demi more than probably, we hang out, I think, almost every day while I was there. Yeah, because I'm also leading up to Miss Universe, so it's always nice to, you know, catch up and see how we can fix things and make things better here and there. But yeah, cool.
I know that this is, as much as it is a beauty pageant and as much as you have been called the most beautiful woman in the land, it's also an incredible opportunity to really fight for the causes that you strongly believe in. What do you want to focus on this year as you continue your reign?
Yeah, I love that you said it's more than just about the beauty, because for me, I didn't enter Miss South Africa thinking I'm the most beautiful woman in South Africa. I just did it really for the purpose of it and the things that I wanted to accomplish with it. So mainly I'm focusing on gender-based violence. There's a project I'm working on that's I can't really talk much about now, but it's really mainly on that. I did speak about it on stage in the top 5 when they asked me about women. It's something that I'm really passionate about, and we know it's been happening in South Africa for a very, very long time. Just that now it's documented and people are speaking about it on social media. And you know, I just took it upon myself to work on it and to see where I can help and what change I can make there.
There's an enormous amount of responsibility in this, and I mean, you're sitting on panel discussions representing the country. Does Miss South Africa ever get a chance to have fun? And when she does, I'm speaking about her. Miss South Africa, it's me. Specifically, get to have fun. And when you do, and not posing with pretzels, what do you like to do?
Such a nice pretzel.
What do you like to do when you're having fun?
Sure, you know, I used to hike a lot when I was in Cape Town. I know there's a lot of things to do in Cape Town, you know, outdoorsy stuff. But I haven't been able to do much, you know, in Joburg, because it's the first 2 months I've been adjusting, doing a lot of sponsorship work, you know, photo shoots. Runways, New York.
I guess that's its own sense of fun as well. Rocking Matosa in New York.
I mean, that was fun. That's a different kind of fun on its own, right? So, yeah.
Congratulations to you. We're very proud to have you as our reigning Miss South Africa. We know that you'll do us very proud going into the world stages, and especially for those causes, as Leanne said, that you carry deep in your heart. It's our wish for you that you will make a significant and indelible mark on society. Well done to you.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss South Africa! Yeah, celebrate! Ululate.
It's just after 7 o'clock. Let's take a look at your news headlines. President Cyril Ramaphosa launched the Health Sector Anti-Corruption Forum yesterday, targeting corruption in the public and private healthcare sector. Hundreds of families have been left homeless after a fire swept through the Pomona informal settlement in Campton Park on the East Rand, and one person died in a shack fire in the informal settlement of Nomzamo in the Strand, where 47 homes were destroyed. In international headlines, Nigerian police say they have rescued 19 expectant mothers aged between 15 and 28 from a string of locations in Lagos where pregnant women were being forced to give birth to children for sale. Baby girls were being sold for $830 and boys for $1,384. Russian alcohol consumption has decreased by 43% from 2003 to 2018. This decline is attributed to a series of alcohol control measures implemented by the state and a push towards healthy lifestyles. And finally, the University of Cape Town produces graduates who are among the most employable in the world, according to the 2020 Quacquarelli-Simmons Graduate Employability Rankings just released. The university, named as the leading institution on the continent, is placed at position number 91. It is the first time that this has made to the top 100. In a list which analyzed the proportion of recent graduates who are employed, amongst other things. Holding the top spot in the employability rankings is the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT, with Harvard University at position number 5. A total of 499 universities from around the world were ranked in a list dominated by institutions from the US, Europe and China. And that's where we leave it for now. Here is Graham with a look at your sports.
Lots on the go in our midweek sporting update. Let's start with Rugby World Cup news. And Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has understandably named a very strong side to face off against Italy in our next crucial Pool B clash. That's in Shizuoka on Friday. So front rowers Tendai Beeston, Twararira, Bongi and Bonani, as well as Loklut Yacha have all been promoted to the Springboks senior starting pack, we'll call it, after some brilliant performances over the weekend. And then this new addition, Stormers and Western Province utility back Damien Willems has been called up to join the Springboks in Japan for the Rugby World Cup campaign. That was after, sadly, Jessie Creel had been ruled out with that hamstring injury. Then on to cricket news. The Indian women's cricket team claimed an emphatic 51-run win over the Proteas women. That was in their 4th T20 international match in Surat yesterday. In football, our midweek PSL action saw wins for the top of the table Kaizer Chiefs, who claimed a 2-0 win over Golden Arrows. AmaZulu, they beat Cape Town City surprisingly 2-1, and Chippa United lost at home to Bidvest Wits, registering that 1-0 win last night. And further afield in the UEFA Champions League, it resumed last night with Manchester City securing a 2-0 win over Dynamo Zagreb at the Etihad, and amongst other results, Tottenham Hotspur suffering a humiliating 7-2 home defeat to a very informed Bayern Munich in London last night. And then throwing forward to today, plenty of rugby. You can look forward to 2 Rugby World Cup fixtures taking place today, starting with the Pool C clash between France and the USA. That kicks off at 9:45 this morning, and then later certainly indirectly affecting the Springboks. The World Cup champions New Zealand take on Canada at 12:15 this afternoon. And that's where we leave our sport for now.
Thank you very much, G-Man. Let's take a look at your roads this morning. We start off in KwaZulu-Natal, out in Harrismith, where there has been an accident on the N3 route between Harrismith and Van Rieenen Road. Heavy delays can be expected in the area, so please be patient on the roads this morning. In the Western Cape in Belleville, on the N1 inbound, there has been a multi-vehicle accident after Yiptiacher Drive. All lanes are open, but delays can still be expected, so please do keep a lookout for this. And off to the trains, there is an extended travel time of 15 to 20 minutes. That's on the Monte Vista line, due to speed restrictions, sets out of service, and defective track circuits between Eysterplat and Esplanade. And that's where we leave it for now. The next report will be in just over half an hour.
Okay, sweetie, time to blow out your candles.
Don't ruin the moment. Prevent allergies or cold and flu with fast-acting powder nasal spray from the Nexa range. Nexa, brought to you by Pharmadynamics.
Well, we've asked you to send in your stunning sunrise pictures, and Drini Vermaak sent us his sunrise picture from Scott Burra, where mainly cloudy conditions can be expected with a strong northeasterly wind for the entire day, reaching a maximum of 22 degrees. Anthony Botha also sent us his sunrise picture from George, where partly cloudy conditions can be expected with occasional sunshine and a light northeasterly breeze, reaching a maximum of 26 degrees. Beautiful pictures. We love them. Send yours through to us on our Facebook page. It's Expresso Morning Show SABC3. And now for that look at your temperatures across the country, we start off in Polokwane, 7, that's your low, reaching a high of 22. With Mbombela starting off at 9, peaking at 23 degrees. If you're out in the capital city, Pretoria, 9, that's your low, reaching a high of 23. With Johannesburg at 8 and 21. If you're out in Mahikeng, expect that northeasterly wind traveling at 24 kilometers per hour. Your low is 11, reaching a high of 26. And if you're out in Klerksdorp, 11 is your low, reaching a high of 25. And northerly wind is expected, traveling at 20 kilometers per hour. That's for Kimberley, 12, that's your low, reaching a high of 27. With Bloemfontein at 9 and 23. And if you're out in Richards Bay, expect a couple of showers today, 15 and 24. Pietermaritzburg, 11, that's your low, reaching highs of 25. With high humidity expected for Durban, 16, reaching a max of 22 degrees. Mthatha, 12 and 26. With East London coming through with that 17 low, reaching a high of 24. High humidity is expected for Craddock today, 9, that's your low, reaching a high of 28. Port Elizabeth, 16, reaching a high of 24. With George at 13, reaching that maximum of 26 degrees. And the lowest temperatures in the country, that's for you, Sutherland, 6, that's your low, reaching a high of 22. With the Mother City at 13, reaching a max of 22 degrees. If you're out in Worcester, 11, that's your low, reaching a high of 27. And sunny Springbok starts off at 6 today, reaching a high of 29. If you're out in Uppington, well, you've got the highest temperatures in the country. 14, that's your low, reaching a high of 30. A beautiful, nice and sunny day. No matter the weather in your part of the country, make it a feel-good type of day. The next report will be in just over half an hour.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Yep, feel it in your very bones. It's birthday time. Maybe you are celebrating your birthday today, in which case, happy birthday. But let's see if we can get through as many dedications from people who care so much about you that they had the gumption to send in a dedication live on Expresso. Let's do it.
The gumption.
The
When
gumption.
last have I heard the gumption?
Old school.
All right, let's kick it off with Laik, who's turning a whole 7 years old today. Happy birthday, Laik. Your message says, may you be blessed with many, many more. We love you, sunshine. Happy the birthday. The cuteness levels.
No, he's cool, man.
On fleek.
Not cute, he's cool.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool and cute. All right. Happy 49th birthday to my dear husband, Bongani. Happy birthday, Bongani. May God guide you in everything that you wish to do. From Masitatu Wako. There we go. Love that, hey?
And then a big one. Happy sweet 16th birthday to Marika or Maricha Knipe. Hope you have an awesome day. Stay blessed. And that's from Anton, your mom, your sister, and your brother. How would you say that? Marika? Marika, you're beautiful, you're awesome, happy birthday. Then I wish my big brother Jaden a happy birthday. I want you to know that I'm so proud of having a big brother like you. That's cool. May God make all your dreams come true. Love from your sister, Georgia.
Wow.
Happy birthday,
Jaden's look cool out there. Ukutula Nkosi is turning a whole 9 years old today. May God keep you and bless you more, my child. Continue to shine and know that God is in control. Hallelujah. I absolutely love that one. And then a happy 45th birthday to my beautiful mom, Pfizer. And this one is from your daughter. Happy birthday, Pfizer.
Oh, then happy 5th birthday to my big boy, Cody Gordon. May God bless you with more hugs and kisses, and that's love from your Uncle Jeremy and the entire fam. Happy birthday, little man. That's cute. Then a huge birthday shout out to Dion Taylor. May the Lord bless you abundantly with lots of love, and that's from your mom, Lorna, from Lucille, Peter, Devlin, Jade, and Eli Joshua. Happy birthday, Dion.
All right. Also very happy 77th birthday to Muriel Koch. May your day be filled with love and laughter. From the Menard family, we love you a lot. Happy birthday
Hugs
to Muriel.
and kisses.
And then also a very happy birthday going out to my friend and personal trainer, Carmelita Williams. Happy birthday. Enjoy your day from Priscilla and Rick Krill.
She must be awesome personal trainer if they've kind of had the gumption to.
But look at the the gun over there.
Suns out, guns out, baby.
Hello.
Suns out, guns out, baby. And then Priscilla seems to be a common theme today. I wish my beautiful wife, Priscilla, a happy birthday today. May you stay as beautiful as you are. This is from, obviously, your very loving husband, Rick Kriel. I love you. That's what he says. We love you, but not in that way. He loves you. Happy birthday, guys.
Happy birthday indeed. And if you would like to also send out a happy birthday message, why don't you do so by sending us a 15-second video to this number, 071-640-6551. And who knows, you very well could be giving your loved one the best birthday wish right here on your breakfast show. It's all about the gumption.
So, Brendan Paper and Lizanne Lazarus, Anga Makubalo and Bongs Ndima. What do they all have in common? Well, they are all past winners of Tropica Island of Treasure, and through that, they've grown their personal and professional profiles by competing in this hit show. So maybe you're dreaming of getting your dream car, the apartment you've always wanted to live in, perhaps a kickstart to your career, or how about winning a shared R1 million grand prize? Well, now is that opportunity to enter for Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, and your wish for smooth fame and fortune could come true. All you need to do is record an audition video of yourself describing how your smooth skills would help you win on the competition in Tropica Island of Treasure and whose celebrity team you'd love to be a part of. Then take that video and WhatsApp it to 063-921-8395. And who knows, it could be you winning smooth fame and fortune and a shared R1 million grand prize. Terms and conditions apply, and more information can be found on our website, tropica.co.za. This is Season 9 of Tropica Island of Treasure. Welcome to Curacao in the Caribbean.
Buy Tropica and come find your smooth fame and fortune. Audition online now to compete with your favorite celeb, and you could join us in paradise and stand a chance to win your share of a smooth R1 million. Grab a Tropica for details and see you in paradise.
The more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win hundreds of thousands of prizes. Tropica, nothing smoother.
On
the next episode of The Next Brand Ambassador, the remaining contestants realize that the ball is in their court as teams are determined by chance and the stakes get even higher.
Wow, what a team. This is difficult.
We're not giving you free lessons, Nkanyi. You just have to catch up.
Anything that comes out from the she-devil's mouth is a waste of time.
That's The Next Brand Ambassador, Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. only on SABC3.
Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. Ja, ja. Vanoggend voel ek weer asof iemand heeltyd op my keus is. Beweeg gisterond, onthou, maar daar's te veel blank spaces. Elke keer as die foon lui, dink ek dat dit iets incredibly groot is. Soos maybe gaan iemand my tune dat my hond nou net dood is. Want hierdie bankbouwe las los my weer flip en angs bevange. Nou lê ek op die bank nat gesweet met nat gesweete hande. Dit voel asof my brein my lyf weer gisterond verlaat het. Kry krampe soos ek die staf onthou wat ek weer gisterond gewaat het. O my Jesus, dis net so ongelooflik diep embarrassing. Hoe gaan ek ooit die einde daarvan hoor as ek my flip en talle sing? So dis die probleem met jonk en dronk en dom wees in die stad. Want ek het gisterond by die huis gekom en op die mat. Ek sê ja, ek weet nie wat het ek gedink nie. Dis hoe ek hoog en laag dat ek gaan nooit weer flip en drink nie. Of like definitief nie weer vir die rest van die dag nie. Maar ek kan nie beloof wat gebeur as die son later sak nie. Want ek's vanoggend weer bang.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. And once again, we're back with Miss South Africa, Zozibini Tunzi. And while her time to compete at Miss Universe, the gala finale in December, is still a little while away, we thought that we could help her along, get her prepped up, right, by testing her knowledge of South African beauty queen with a trivia. And hopefully this will help you. Just kind of like, but I like the fact that you're smiling right now. I love the fact that you're smiling right now.
Nervous smile.
That's, you know what? That's how you work through it as well. When you're standing on that big stage and Steve Harvey walks up to you and he says, you know, then you got to be relaxed as well. You know, take it in your stride. So this is just all,
I've got this.
Okay,
All right.
let's embarrass me.
Will be easy.
Number one?
Yeah, do you want to go with?
All right, cool. Who was the first South African to be crowned Miss Universe in which year? So it's like a 2-in-1.
Well, that's not fair. Okay, I know who. I just don't know the year. I'm not sure about the year.
Okay, well, go with the name.
Margaret Gardiner.
Gardner, yes, okay.
That's good.
Woo, yes,
Yeah, give us
that's
a
1
decade.
point.
Yeah, there she is.
Okay,
look
was
at
it
that picture.
in
What
the
decade?
70s?
Yes. Which 70s year?
70, 76, 77, or 78?
Oh my God. I want to say 76.
Hey, that's what you said. You said 78. That's amazing.
Go on, girl.
I mean, wow.
Killing it.
All right, here we go. How many former Miss South Africans have gone on to present on top billing? And which ones? Let's go first.
I want to say 2.
That's correct. That's
yes!
Okay.
What
are their names?
Mama B versus Anna Kumalo.
Yes.
And Joanne Strauss.
Yes!
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
All
Lovely,
right.
lovely.
So far, you
Well
were
done.
just taking it. All right. How many South Africans overall have been crowned Miss Universe or Miss World? I love it how we say, and in which years?
Okay, so
let's start with how many. Yes.
2 Miss Universes. Okay, yes.
I think 2 Miss Worlds as well.
All right, no.
Just 1 Miss World, Rolene Strauss.
Okay, Miss World.
And then we have Demi Lee for Miss Universe.
Yes.
Margaret Gardner.
Yes.
So 2014 for Rolene.
Yes. Wow.
So 2017 for Demi Lee.
That would be, was it?
Universe.
Yes.
Universe, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow, listen, that's amazing. I don't even know how you remember all of this. Then there was Margaret Gardner, Miss Universe 78. Penelope Coolen, Miss World in 1958.
Yes.
Anneline Creel, Miss World 1974. And then, as you said, Relene Strauss, Miss World 2014. Wow. Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. Who was the first black woman to be crowned Miss South Africa?
Jackie King. Is that first black woman?
First black woman to be crowned Miss South Africa. You had her name earlier on?
Was it Jackie? No. She wasn't the first black Miss South Africa.
Was she not?
No, it was Jackie King.
Oh, then that's my you are correct. How do I know these things?
She's done her homework. She knows. She came prepared. Oh, I love it. I love it. And then I've got a last final question for you. Who is the first short-haired contestant to win Miss South Africa? Everybody! Killing the game.
Thank you so
Listen,
much.
if you go in with this gumption and this
I love this
gusto.
word. Gumption.
Gumption is the word of the day.
Is that the word of the day?
I think that you are going to own that Miss Universe pageant, huh?
Thank you so much.
We're so excited to have you here. You are a ray of sunshine. You're absolutely glowing, and we're so proud of you. And the entire country is so excited for you. So,
yeah, we look upon you with pride, love, and just so much hope, as Salvi here can attest to. Says, Zozibini Tunzi, you're looking beautiful and got a lovely smile. Wishing you the best during your reign. I know you're going to make a difference in the lives of the South African people. Wow, we love you. You are special.
Thank you, Salvi.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
Also, we've got one from Snezza who said, loved you since day one. I love your natural beauty. Oh, your smile is gorgeous, by the way. Can't wait to see you on Miss World / Miss Universe stages. Hey?
Universe. Thank you,
smile.
Snezza.
That's amazing. How does it feel to know that you have the nation's support like that?
Sure. I mean, going into it, you never think that's going to happen. And so when it happened for me, it was so overwhelming, but in such a, beautiful way, because it means they're not just accepting me, they're accepting, the new kind of beauty for pageants. And just, it's a representation of a lot of South African women. So I think, for me, that's the most special thing.
Beautiful. Oh, well, we love shining a light on the excellence that comes from within our country. And, of course, that augments our presence on a global stage. So we wish our very own Zazie all the best when it comes to Miss Universe and everything that she is going to tackle throughout the rest of this year. May she reign supreme.
Thank you so much.
Beauty queen of hats. We've been waiting for the hat to come out. Got Andre on the axe, Jack Parow in studio. I always imagine every song of yours starts with like one night or starts with a story.
Yeah, well, this next one does, definitely.
I don't even know if we're allowed to tell that story live, but you're going to get a taste. You'll probably be able to figure it out. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Jack Parow with Bang Babalas.
Jou vanoggend voel ek weer asof iemand heeltyd op my keisers probeer gisterand onthou, maar daar's te veel blank spaces. Elke keer as die foon lui, dink ek dat dit iets incredibly groot is. Soos maybe gaan iemand my tune dat my hond nou net dood is. Want hierdie bankbouwe last ons my weer flip en vans bevange. Nou sit ek op die bank, staat for life met nat gesweete hande. Dit voel asof my brein my lyf weer gisterand verlaat het. Kry krampe soos ek die staf onthou wat ek weer gisterand gepraat het. Oog nee, dis net so ongelooflik diep embarrassing. Hoe gaan ek ooit die einde daarvan hoor as ek my flip en pelle sien? So dis die probleem met jonk en dronk en dom wees in die stad. Want ek het gisterand by die huis gekom en op die mat. Ek so jammer baby, weet nie wat het ek gedink nie. Maar sweer ek hoog en laag het ek gaan nooit weer flip en drink nie. Of like definitief nie weer vir die res van die dag nie. Maar ek kan nie beloof wat gebeur as die son later sak nie. Want ek's vanoggend weer bang, babbelas. Dis omdat ek gisterand weer white en warm was. Ek's altyd halfpad tussen chill en angst bevangen. Rob wakker kaal gat op onbekende banke. Jou ek's vanoggend weer bang, babbelas. Dis omdat ek gisterand weer white en warm was. Ek's altyd halfpad tussen chill en angst bevangen. Rob wakker kaal gat op onbekende banke. Ek's like oh no, iemand wat was my skoon met flip en oumo. Dit voel of ek plat getackle is, dit jou nou flip en lomo. Of maybe meer like Butch James of Bismarck du Plessis. Ek wens ek kon 'n babbelas wegvat met 'n flip en super C. But I'm sorry to say my friend, nou such flip en lomo. As jy gedrink het soos ek vir gisterand vir jy vandag maar lekker swak. Want dis die probleem met jonk en dronk en dom wees in die stad. En hoe wil jy swem saam met die haie as hier die sizes van 'n guppy. So nou lê ek onder die komberse en draai snakes aan 'n plein kyk. Maar dit voel of ons snakes so flippen. Uitklim by jou brein uit so mayday. Poppie gooi nog 'n choppie op die vuur en gee my hand vir my pil en 'n yskoue flip en bier. Want jy weet wat hulle sê, die wet van Transvaal is en betaal. En die taxman het sy rente vandag definitief kom haal. So nou lê ek hier en wag weer tot die flip en sonsak. Maar die enigste remedie vir die staf is papa nog 'n topsak. Jou ex vanoggend weer bang, babbelas. Dis omdat ek gisterand weer white en warm was. Ek sal altyd op pad tussen children angs bevangen. Rob wakker kloggat op onbekende banke. Jou ex vanoggend weer bang, babbelas. Dis omdat ek gisterand weer white en warm was. Ek sal altyd op pad tussen children angs bevangen. Rob wakker kloggat op onbekende banke. André Geldenhuis. Bang, babbelas. Bang, babbelas. Bang, babbelas. Bang, babbelas. Bang, babbelas. Bang, babbelas. Bang, babbelas.
Andre just gave me this look of like, I'm going to rock out for like half an hour unless you come in here. Dude, I know you're involved in Pride Fest. We're going to chat to you about that in just a little bit of a moment.
Yes.
But you can let us know what you thought of that awesome rendition of an awesome song by an awesome guy. We'll see you after the break.
There's nothing smoother than winning when you buy Tropica. To enter for Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, buy any size and your favorite flavor of Tropica in fresh or long life. Find the unique code behind the label or the sticker. Then follow the entry details on the pack and you could win daily prizes of airtime, cash, LG Q60 smartphones, 55-inch LG UHD smart artificial intelligence digital TVs, steam dishwashers, Caribbean tan hampers, or guest watches. That's more than 100,000 prizes. Now, for your chance at competing in Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, record a video audition of yourself describing how you would outsmooth your competition on the island. Then, load that video onto Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook with hashtag TIOT9 or WhatsApp the video to 063-921-8395. And it could be you winning a share of 1 million rand plus smooth fame and fortune while flying with KLM to the Caribbean for this season of Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
One of the biggest milestones we all work towards is that moment when we get to purchase our very first home, or maybe even our second. I think owning your own property is a feeling matched by none. And once you have those keys in your hands, it is vital that you have the right kind of insurance that will protect every single wall, part of that structure. And here to guide us through structural household insurance is Louis Muzangwa from Standard Insurance Limited. Louis, welcome back, my friend.
Good to see you.
Likewise. Maybe the big question here, because the damages in this case can be quite far-reaching. If we don't have structural insurance, what could happen?
For most of us, the house is the most valuable asset that we have. And if we do not have cover for it, and there's total loss, and there's no insurance cover, it's almost you starting over again. So it's really, it's be a sad story should that happen.
How does maintenance from a homeowner's perspective, our part, fit into the picture? What are our responsibilities?
Okay, this is a very interesting and I'm really keen to explain this. Most people understand that they have to maintain a vehicle, but most people don't understand that they have to maintain the house. So someone would ask you, how do you expect me to go up the roof and maintain? For instance, you could be a 50-year-old lady and you've got a house and the roof needs attention, waterproofing, or general outlook or appearance of the house. So we don't expect you to do that. We expect you to get a roof specialist as much as we don't expect you to repair a vehicle. We expect you to get a mechanic that does that. So maintaining a house is something that is the responsibility of the owner. It's not the responsibility of the insurer to maintain the house. Why it's important to maintain a house is that, one, it's general upkeep, and you avoid water just falling through the waterproofing that needs to be replaced over time, because gradually, because of exposure to weather elements, those things just need attention. But where it's storm damage, where it comes and then that's something you covered. Yes. So this is just normal maintenance. So it's very important. It keeps it's almost checking the value of your house, to make sure that if you want to resell, it looks good, appearance. Those are cosmetic things that actually needs to be done by the client.
Maybe a sobering way to look at this, and something that might be affecting a lot of people. If affording insurance is becoming difficult, how would you recommend someone goes about this? Because ultimately, you don't want to lose the insurance, but what is the mindset? What advice would you give one of your clients in this instance?
So if at all the financial situation has come to a point where you need to, insurance appears to be a lot heavier on a specific individual, we don't necessarily recommend that you cancel. I think there are many options you could take. One, you could have the property reassessed, just to make, it's always important. It's also an obligation that you must see that you're actually paying what it's actually worth. Because sometimes maybe you have removed certain structures that were part of the insured because you've done renovations. We don't know how it looks like. So it's important that you might have it evaluated, or you could get it re-quoted. Or you could ask your broker to look at your entire profile and renegotiate the initial to say, listen, this is the situation. Remember, it's a business at the end of the day. So you're still allowed to negotiate in terms of how you come up to the appropriate price. In some instances, it might mean that there's no change, but in some instances, there might be consideration, and you could have the premium reduced. But to merely say, I don't want to pay and let me cancel is not a noble thing to do. The right thing, just renegotiate and see if the premiums can be negotiated.
And maybe there's other areas of your spend that don't carry the same level of risk, because the idea of your family losing their home that is something that I think few of us can digest, and something that, unfortunately, as you will have known in your direct experience, does happen. We hate to think about these things, but it's stuff that we do really need to think about, especially in the case of owning your own home. It's probably your biggest and most valuable asset, so protect what matters most to you with the right kind of insurance. And for a personalized quote that matches your needs to start that education, SMS the word insure to 31492, and as a nice added bonus, when you get that SMS through and you receive your quote, once the quote has been received, you also do stand a chance of winning a state-of-the-art Samsung Galaxy S10 smartphone, which is pretty cool. So remember that all the terms and conditions do apply though.
Get an insurance quote and stand a chance to win one of 6 Samsung S10 smartphones. Simply SMS the keyword insure to 31492 for a callback and quote, and you could be a winner.
So it's time for another edition of our Wednesday feature where we focus on the unconventional side of the law. It's called So Now What? And we're joined once again by our expert lawyer and director at legalese.co.za, Eitan Stern. Now, you know, the telemarketers, they don't stop. They won't stop harassing us. So the question now is, so now what? So we're focusing on what your legal rights and recourses are when it comes to the rules of telemarketers and what they must follow when they call you to promote certain products and services, so that you, at the end of the day, just don't feel harassed. Good to have you here, man.
Great to be here.
Great topic as well.
Yeah.
Because it actually influences us every single day.
Yeah.
For
you
sure.
get call after call, you're like, how do they get my number?
This is the question. How do they get your number?
Okay, interesting question. The answer, well, if they've got your number legally, then they've got your number because you gave it to them.
Okay, all right.
So if you've ever been at an airport or a hotel and you want to sign up for the free Wi-Fi, and then it says put your details in here. If you ever, whenever you're giving your number out at any of these intersections through an email, signing up for Wi-Fi, when you're signing into an accommodation somewhere, for example, and we don't read the terms and conditions, sometimes in the terms and conditions it says we can contact you for marketing reasons, and then you've opted in. And that's where they get your number.
Wow.
Mm.
Do they do it on purpose though? Like, so for instance, you know when they say click here to agree all.
Yes, 100%.
Right? But make it such an arduous process to read through those terms and conditions, because firstly, it's fine print.
Yes.
It is about 100,000 words, and it's not a novel with a storyline.
And
so
100,000 pages.
And nobody will ever want to read it. Is that purposefully done, or is that done from a legal point of view to address every complex issue of the terms and conditions in its most explicit form?
Yeah, so us as lawyers, we land up having to draft those. So
exactly. That's why I asked you that.
So there's some things that you're not allowed to hide. So at the end of the day, marketing's not that important in terms of our rights. But if we're going to be signing our liability away or signing up to something important, then it is important that the company makes it explicit. But for things like you signing up to marketing, yeah, sure, it is sometimes hidden in the fine print, unfortunately. But it's often not hidden. It's often quite explicit that if you're signing up to something, say you're buying a flight, for an example, or renting a car, there's often a little checkbox that says, are you willing to sign up for marketing? And you have to make sure you often unclick that. Otherwise, you're going to sign up. And that's how they get your number. I mean, their job is to market to you, and that's how they sell their products. So, you know, we just have to be a bit smart if we don't want to get these phone calls.
Talking about getting these phone calls, what are the rules that a company has to follow with regards to repeat phone calls? If I ignore your phone call, I kill the call, because I can see it's an unknown number, or it says spam or whatnot. Can you continuously call me up until I pick up and say stop?
Okay, great question. So marketers or companies have the right to market. Us as consumers have rights given to us in this brilliant piece of legislation called the Consumer Protection Act.
Yes.
And that's there to protect us as consumers. And the Consumer Protection Act actually says, unless you've opted in to be marketed to, then you can't be marketed to. So, you know, they'll get your number legally, as we've spoke, hopefully. And then if you want to opt out, all you need to do is say, please stop contacting me. And you need to opt out from it. Send the SMS that says stop. Say to the person kindly and politely, please do not contact me anymore, and delete my number. And then technically you've opted out. And those people should then stop contacting you. If they don't, then they're acting unlawfully. You can file a complaint with the regulator. And there's also an association where you can add your... So the legislation said there needed to be an opt-out database that was set out.
Yes.
I'm unsure about how successful the whole project has been, but there are databases that you can send your number to, and then you are opted out.
Yeah.
So all you do technically need to do is just say to the person, please stop contacting me, and then they should. And if they don't, you can raise a complaint. And if they still don't, technically you could go to the police to file a complaint, but that might be a bit extreme.
All right. Okay, so we're going to come back and divulge more on this conversation. We'd love to hear from you as well. Let us know, how do you react when these telemarketers keep calling you back over and over again? How do you handle it? Are you a rude person? Because at the end of the day, we also did say earlier on that, you know, they're just people doing their jobs. And they're trying to put bread on the table. And so you can't blame them for that, right? But let us know, how do you react? 800 Stone and us, and we will be back discussing this topic shortly.
Nap time just got extra cuddly. Get a free cuddle pillow when you buy 2 bags of Hill's pet food. Where dreams are made.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. So we're continuing our discussion with lawyer and director at legalese.co.za, Aiton Stern, about what your legal rights are when it comes to the rules that telemarketers must follow when they call you over and over and over again to promote their products and services. Yes.
I was actually thinking, so the Consumer Protection Act is there to protect us as consumers because the telemarketers are doing their job. So could we institute a petition to say that certain things need to be highlighted in that agree all thing? So that before you click it, that they do say, by clicking this, you agree to us calling you, sending you emails. So we as consumers have a right to institute.
Us as citizens have the right to suggest any laws we want. That's the beautiful thing in a democracy. You know, we could put together a petition, go to Parliament and put forward a law. And yeah, we can do that with any laws. But something really interesting about telemarketing is the fact that we get marketed so much means it's really, really successful.
Oh, yes?
And South Africa is one of the countries in the world with the most amount, I think we're the 4th or 5th highest prevalence of telemarketing.
Oh, wow.
It is a really successful model of marketing. People do sign up to products from telemarketing.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So when they say on TV and you have an option to opt out and we won't call you, how realistic is it when you do say, like you do, when you react, you pick up the phone, hey, sorry, I didn't want your product, please don't call me again, bye.
So the answer is it should be realistic, and companies are supposed to listen to you and then take you off their list. Whether that happens or not is unclear. So, so as I said, you have to opt into these lists at some point. What is illegal is when companies go and buy lists of numbers, or when they source your number illegally or get access to databases and steal your number. And there's a lot of talk at the moment around protection of our personal data.
Yeah.
And certainly in Europe, it's been a hot topic. They've got the GDPR regulations. We've got the Protection of Personal Information Act, the POPI, which is hopefully going to come in at some point. And it's a big topic around protecting our personal information. Whether companies are at this point listening to that or not and obeying the law, I'm not entirely sure, but they are supposed to.
Yeah. A lot of them can get a bit difficult, though. Like, they'll call you and immediately get straight into it.
Yes.
And when you try to get a word in, they're like, no, ma'am, but this is really good. And then you
Yes.
say, I'm really not interested. But are you sure? Because I kind of feel like you might. And then if you say, like, I'm really, they're like, but this is really important for, like, your safety and your future.
Yes.
But is there a guide that says, if the person that you're calling, says to you nicely, I'm not interested, and I said a certain amount of times, maybe 3 times, that you as the telemarketer have to end the call?
There might be internal guides for the companies, and all these companies will have very specific policies and sales guidelines. When I was young, and I actually used to do door-to-door and phone sales as well, and there was very strict guidelines around the way, because that person is essentially representing the company.
Yeah.
So there might be internal guidelines, but from a legal point of view, as long as the person isn't saying anything insulting to you or harassing you, if they're just trying to do their job, then they're allowed to do that. Of course, it is your right to hang up the phone, or just, if you want to be rude, or just get a word in there and just say, listen, I'm not interested, and put the phone down. You don't have to entertain the whole conversation. Luckily, you guys are very polite people, so you do, but you could choose not to be. Of course, you should never be rude to someone, say anything nasty. That person's just trying to do their job.
Yeah.
But you can say, thank you very much, I'm not interested, goodbye.
Yeah, and if all else fails, there's always those apps that help you to identify
For sure.
exactly who's calling you. You could block certain numbers and just, keep on doing that.
100%. And this issue about people marketing to us, it's only going to become a bigger and bigger issue.
Yeah.
The best advice that I could give is just make sure you look at what you're clicking and what you're reading online and where you're putting your own number out there, and just be cautious of your own data.
Before you click agree on all, ask yourself the question, do you really need this app? Thanks very much to Eitan Stern joining us once again on So Now What. And if you're looking to connect with more information, you can visit him and his friends at Lawyers of Legal Ease on Twitter, on social media. You guys on Instagram as well?
We're on Instagram, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool lawyers.
Thank you so much, Eitan Stern. We learn every single day.
I know.
But no one can run away from these calls. I'm sure you get them too.
I think everyone, they're the worst. Oh my goodness.
How do you react to them? What is your standard procedure in terms of the answer you give when you get those calls?
I'm just always busy. That's all it is when they call. I'm sorry, I have to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for an interview call.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to go. Please call me later.
Yeah.
Just, to sound kind, but really, I'm not going to pick up later.
Oh, man. Well, we've asked the question on social media, on our Facebook page, what your reaction is to these phone calls. And Fiki B. Kumalo says, good morning, guys. I just tell them that the owner is not here at the moment. Even after I told them who I am, then I hang up.
That's hilarious.
Then put the phone down.
I should use that. I should use that sometime.
Yeah, the owner of this phone is not here. Here's another one from Karen Prinsloo Steenkamp saying, good morning, Expresso fam. I start making jokes with them, and I also talk about their families. Okay, that's an interesting one.
Interesting take on it. I don't know.
Yeah, just start entertaining them. Kevin Pillay says, I just took a policy out last week.
I've used this one before. I'm so sorry. I just did it last week. Thank you.
I do the same thing. I just say, sorry, I don't work anymore, so I can't afford any policies. And then here's Vivi on Twitter saying, oh, wow, just yesterday I was telling someone how important it is to take those calls and really listen, because you never know what they might offer. As much as a lot of us get annoyed by them, they are only trying to make a living. They're only trying to make a living. I answer happily. And who knows, maybe they hook you and you end up liking whatever product they're selling. At least
that's another point.
You've got a few new approaches, some notes and some tips there on what to say.
You know what, maybe I should try listening to people more then.
Good luck. Well, let us know on our Facebook page, Expresso Money Show SABC3, what your approach to this is using that hashtag Expresso Show.
So if you love, and I stress love, lemon and poppy seed muffins, which I do as muffins go, they're probably my favorite, then you will love, and again, I stress love, today's recipe. We're making a Clover Bliss lemon and poppy seed loaf, an entire tea loaf, and the secret ingredient here is our Clover Bliss double cream lemon meringue, which we tasted last week with Teresa, and it's awesome. So it's going to help keep the loaf moist, and the lemon meringue flavor will make it extra zesty. This is ticking a lot of boxes. I'm getting quite emotional about it. In fact, even it's just making me so excited. And of course, we've got Dean here, our presenter search finalist, who you're kind of ruling the roost today, bro.
Hey man, I'm just taking the smells.
Hey,
it smells amazing.
Is this your vibe? Is lemony things kind of your? Because it's kind of an acquired taste, hey?
I'm not a sweet tooth kind of guy, so this savory mixed with sweet is a good combination. Yeah.
Teresa, I always imagine you're a sweet tooth because you make a lot of really delicious sweet things. But you're amazing at making things that are accessible. You've made me want to have a better kitchen so that I can make the stuff that you make, to be honest.
Awesome.
So we are making something amazing. I kind of had a long-winded explanation, but what are we making essentially? Is this a tea cake?
It's a lemon and poppy seed cake. Yes, loaf cake.
All right, so make him work.
I will. Okay, that's
I'm ready
awesome.
to work, but
Okay.
I can tell you my mom's going to be super impressed if I start working in the kitchen.
Good.
You must make this at home as well. So you can grab a whisk.
A whisk.
I'm going to
assuming
put,
yes,
this is the whisk.
Can we have that sound, that cling, that game show sound that we have? Guys, this lemon meringue flavor vibe of this double cream is awesome. It really is so nice.
That's nice.
I'm going to give that to you.
All right, I've got
indulgence.
So that's our lemon meringue yogurt. We're going to add some eggs, and you're going to start whisking for me.
Right away,
Right.
no problem.
So eggs, some fresh lemon juice. You're going to get that beautiful flavor.
Now, the more lemon, the better. If you're going to make something that has a lemon note, give it some proper zest. Give it a good zing.
Absolutely. Some melted butter. And
It's
some
changing.
vanilla.
It's changing.
There we go. Keep going.
It smells divine.
And we gave you quite a small bowl to work with as well. So
No, I see this. I see this.
It's quite a delicate whisk you've got going on there, mate.
There we
All
go.
in the wrists, Graham.
Dude
It's
with
all
such
in the
big
wrists.
hands,
All
you
in the
are.
wrists.
You're doing this incredibly
Keep
well.
it slow. Keep the form.
I know I've been going on about our Clover Bliss double cream yogurt, but there is a reason, because it really is amazing. Other flavors including, obviously you've got your plain, but strawberries and cream, black forest, chopped chip and hazelnut. It sounds more like dessert flavors than yogurt flavors. Also a source of 10 vitamins. Not that we go to our dessert flavored ingredients for vitamins, but this is fortified.
Yeah. I'm going to do the dry ingredients so long. So we've got self-raising flour and a bit of salt in the bowl. We're going to add some
Always a
caster
little bit of
sugar.
salt.
Always a bit of salt for flavor.
That keeps it more savory than sweet, right?
It's the balance. You've got to have the
Yeah,
balance.
got to have that.
Get stuck in there.
There we go. Oh, get that out there.
It's the most dramatic caster sugar pour
Wow.
we've ever seen on the show.
Some bicarb, some lemon zest.
We really haven't.
Also-
So Nicole really had to work for this lemon zest today. There's a lot of
I
lemon
saw
zest.
it. And some poppy seeds.
Cool.
So mix that, make sure it's all evenly combined. And then it's just a case of adding the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients.
And I suppose the wet
So-
ingredients looks like it's
That
Dude,
looks
you've done really well there,
amazing.
Brian.
So
Thank you. Really, really good.
smooth.
Well
very,
done.
very good.
Right.
Right, so you want to pour that in
I
there.
pop that in the sink behind you there. Well done.
Okay.
Just some pour.
Oh, yeah.
well,
there
I've
we
got to
go.
take it easy. You never know. Something might just spill on you, Graham, and then you're
That's
not
fine.
really
But I
happy.
always think when we get those little spill shots and things like that, it makes it Instagram worthy.
Yeah, it's authentic.
Yes, sure.
We call it rustic when things get messy.
Yeah. Right, so we've got our loaf tin here, which we've greased. You can line it with paper as well. You obviously don't want anything to stick. And just give that a good mix.
And how do you know that this mix is done? What's the texture you're looking for?
So basically, as long as the dry ingredients are all incorporated, then you're good to go. You don't want to go too crazy with your mixing, just until everything's combined. You can see there, that's looking perfect.
And I love the kind of break of the poppy seed through it. It really is like a gigantic poppy seed, lemon poppy seed muffin.
There we
I would
go.
say just the one thing that you must be aware of, if you're going to eat this in public, just check your teeth for the poppy seeds after the fact.
Little snack for later.
It sounds like something that's going to happen to me.
It happens on live TV all the time.
Wow. Well, I suppose that's Instagrammable.
And you know the vibe on this set. If there's something embarrassing happening to you right now, your co-presenter will point it out. So
sure.
the keyword here
There we
is
go.
Clover, SMS Clover to 33728, and we'll send you this ingenious ingredients list. It's quite an
super
elastic
easy.
kind of mix it. But
That's
that
right.
was really, see what I mean? She makes it simple enough for mooks like us to be able to do that.
Super,
How
super
long in the
easy.
oven?
So 180 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes. Use your skewer to check that it's cooked, and then let it cool completely. And once it's done, you're going to pop a little bit of extra lemon meringue yogurt on top as a glaze, a bit of zest.
You could even mix a bit of icing sugar into the lemon meringue vibe and make it even more.
Why are you making it so sweet? It's perfect the way it is.
Oh, it looks amazing. We're gonna share it amongst the crew.
Yes.
Thank you, Teresa. You are a genius. Let's take you through a blow by blow of how we took all of that to become that. Ta-da.
Indulge with Bliss Double Cream Yogurt, made with love by Clover.
Do you love lemon poppy seed muffins? Well, hold on to your oven mitts. Introducing Clover Bliss Lemon and Poppy Seed Tea Loaf. Things just got zesty. To a sieve, add 2 cups of self-raising flour, 1 cup of sugar, a teaspoon of bicarb of soda, and a teaspoon of salt. Then, sift it together into a mixing bowl. Add 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds. Stir to combine and set aside. Next, crack 2 fresh free-range eggs into a new bowl, followed by a cup of Clover Bliss Double Cream Lemon Meringue flavor, 2 tablespoons of melted clover butter, a teaspoon of vanilla essence, and the juice, and zest of 3 lemons. Then whisk to combine. Pour the wet ingredients into the dry and beat until combined. Then scrape the batter into a lined bread tin. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius for around 40 to 45 minutes, and you're done. Zesty, poppy, light and mouth-watering. Serve this blissful lemon poppy tea loaf as is, or top with Clover Bliss Double Cream Lemon Meringue. Step aside, muffins. The tea loaf has arrived.
Made with love by Clover.
And there you have it, made with love by Clover, Teresa, Dean, and myself. Well, I did absolutely nothing there, but I'm appreciating it. It's amazing. The keyword is Clover to 33728, and you too can be making this beautiful lemon poppy seed tea cake. Superb. Thank you so much.
Indulge with Bliss Double Cream Yogurt, made with love by Clover.
Well, Zozibini Tunzi, Miss South Africa, here at Expresso we eat.
Yeah, this is about to be my favorite place. Because I eat.
Do you?
I do. I eat a lot. It's like anyone who knows me will tell you it's my favorite thing. Instagram people already know me. I'm always here.
Perfect place to visit. G-Man has come in through with that lemon and poppy seed loaf. Look
Made
at
with,
that.
with my very own 2 hands.
I don't know if I believe you.
I'm a liar. Look at that.
Oh, this is so...
Guys, please.
You know,
just-
normally people always pretend to eat. I'm going to eat for real. Is that allowed?
Yeah, please
You have
eat for real. Let's eat as much
We
as
live
you want.
on that kind of diet on this show, so
Yeah.
please, I'm not going to
Oh,
touch
this
it. You're going to have
looks
to just get it.
amazing.
You're going to have to you're going to have to grab it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grab it.
Let me try and grab
Shower
one
and
as
let us know what you think.
neatly and ladylike as
Look at
possible.
that. Lemon
I'll
poppy
grab one.
seed.
Who made this for real? Don't say you.
No,
Give me
Nicole,
the right
our
answer.
unbelievable foodie on set, who really is an extraordinary chef and baker, made it.
Well, it's a yes from me.
Hey, and guys, and she's eating for real. She can't even talk because she's got a mouthful of food. Miss South Africa, eating
Well done, G. My loaf.
Well done. Yay.
Hi, my name is Kesabia, and I pretend to be other people for a living. Come find your smooth fame and fortune on Tropica Island of Treasure Carousel. I'm in Aquarius, I love water. Like, I'm excited to be there. I love the ocean, so I'm super, super, super stoked. Apparently, there's gonna be a lot of bathing costumes and bathing suits and activities and Tropica. I actually stayed in an island for 3 months, and that was super dope. So I'm super, super, super stoked to be going to another island. What I'm looking for in the perfect partner is someone who compliments me in every sense of the word. I need someone who's level-headed, patient, witty, strong, physical. Are you the one? To join me on the island, all you have to do is buy a bottle of Tropica, follow the entry details, upload a video of yourself telling me why you'd be my ideal partner. Upload it on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Hashtag TIOT9. And you could join me in paradise and find smooth fame and fortune.
vocals on this, just a little bit. Bro, don't worry, you wanna feel better? Medicine man, make your grow bigger. Kom, goeie tye op klein, bietjie crime, ons move dik rustig op Afrika. Kry te my koninkryk. Dat was het overal. Dat was overal. Kom van ver en wyd in my koninkryk. Nou, it's just... Was net goeie tye in my koninkryk. Er is een stoot nou so'n blikkie, so ek net... Soek ons van een bietjie uit in my koninkryk. Check. Bietjie op. Nou, is dit...
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, live right here at SABC3. What a fun Wednesday we've had so far as we step into the third and final hour of the show, graced by the presence, or with the presence of a queen.
Thank you.
Have you had fun with us on the show?
I did. I know. I'll admit, waking up, I was a little grumpy this morning. But then I got here and I was like, oh my goodness, the energy and everyone is so amazing. So I literally do this every day. You guys can invite me every day and I'll be an everyday guest.
You have a home here. We have a few more, like, 1 minute before we go on to the news. But what does the rest of your day look like, and what are you getting up to?
So I have a radio interview after this, and then I have to go to a sponsor for my sunglasses, and I can't even see, so I get to see the optometrist, and then I get to go back to Joburg.
That's Kat over there. If you weren't seeing, then you can't tell the voice difference. Tabiso over here. But I can see your scuffdine is being packed nicely away with your lemon poppy seed loaf. She's literally taking all of it. But you're welcome.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for just being such a shining beacon of hope. And like I said, we look upon you as a nation with hope, love, and inspiration. And we wish you all of the best going on.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, guys.
Queen.
On that note, let's check out the news headlines of the morning.
In the national news this morning, President Cyril Ramaphosa launched the Health Sector Anti-Corruption Forum yesterday, targeting corruption in the public and private healthcare sector. Hundreds of families have been left homeless after a fire swept through the Pomona informal settlement in Kempton Park on the East Rand. One person died in a shack fire in the informal settlement of Nomzamo in Strand, where 47 homes were destroyed. Now moving further abroad, Nigerian police say they have rescued 9 expectant mothers aged between 15 and 28 from a string of locations in Lagos, where pregnant women were being forced to give birth to children for sale. Baby girls were sold for $830 and boys for $1,384. Russian alcohol consumption has decreased by 43% from 2003 to 2018. Decline attributed to a series of alcohol control measures implemented by the state and a push towards healthy lifestyles. And then finally, humanitarian organization Gift of the Givers yesterday once again stepped in to render help and relief to an area suffering from severe water shortages. This time it was Graaff-Reinet in the Eastern Cape, where the main water source, the Nkweba Dam, has run dry. The municipality is presently servicing 3,392 households and a population of 37,670 from 28 boreholes. Gift of the Givers founder Dr. Imtiaz Suleiman said drastic intervention was urgently required. He added that the organization would be sending 3 superlinks laden with water, 3 water tankers, a drilling machine, and its renowned hydrologist, Dr. Gideon Groenewald, to render help. Municipality spokesperson Edwardine Abader expressed sincere gratitude to Gift of the Givers. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Here's a final look at what's happening in the world of sport with the one and only Graham Richards.
Let's start with Springbok-related news coming out of the Rugby World Cup. Our coach, Rassie Erasmus, has named a very strong side to face off against Italy in their crucial Pool B clash in Shizuoka on Friday. Front rowers Tendai Beast and Twararira, Bongio Banani, as well as Lok Lutdiaka, man of the match in our last encounter, have all been promoted to the Springboks' so-called senior starting pack. With the new addition of Stormers and Western Province utility back Damian Willemse, he's been called up to join the Springboks in Japan for the Rugby World Cup Cup campaign after Jessie Creel had been ruled out with a hamstring injury. Then on to cricket news, the Indian women's cricket team claimed a 51-run win over the Proteas women. That was in their fourth T20 international match in Surat yesterday. Plenty of football on the go in our midweek PSL action. We saw wins for the top of the table Kaizer Chiefs. They claimed a 2-0 win over Golden Arrows. Amazulu beat out Cape Town City 2-1, and Chippa United lost at home to Bidvest Wits, who registered that 1-0 win last night. Then further afield in the UEFA Champions League, the action resumed last night with Man City securing a 2-0 win over Dynamo Zagreb at the Etihad, and Tottenham Hotspur suffering a humiliating 7-2 home defeat to Bayern Munich in London last night. And of course, plenty of rugby still on the go. 2 encounters in the World Cup to look forward to today, starting with the Pool C clash between France and the USA. Should be an interesting one at 9:45, and then later indirectly affecting the Springboks, the defending World Cup champions. New Zealand to take on Canada at 12:15 this afternoon. And that's where we leave our sport for now.
Thanks so much, Graham. Let's take a final look at your roads this morning, starting off in KwaZulu-Natal, out in Durban, where there has been an accident on the M13 eastbound before Paradise Valley. Traffic is heavily backed up, leaving Pinetown, so please be patient on the roads this morning. In the Western Cape, foreshore on the N1 inbound, there has been a multi-vehicle accident after Lower Church Street. The right lane is currently blocked, so please approach with caution. And after the trains, there is an extended travel time of 15 to 20 minutes. That's on the Cape Flats line due to defective track circuits at Ndabeni and Pinelands, as well as speed restrictions. And that's where we leave it for this morning. Take it easy on the roads.
A 0 fee account with 0 surprises. That's different.
Money.
And now we take one final look at those beautiful sunrise pictures. Thank you so much to Lionel Gordon for your beautiful picture from Plettenberg Bay, as well as our regular photographer, Gary Okamp, for your sunrise picture from East London, as well as Drini Vermaak for your sunrise from Scottsboro, as well as lastly, Anthony Botha for your sunrise picture from George. Beautiful pictures. We do it all over again tomorrow morning, bright and early. Send them to Expresso Morning Show SABC3 on Facebook. And one final look at those temperatures across the country, starting off in Polokwane, a low of 7 today, reaching a high of 22, with Mbombela starting off at 9, reaching that maximum of 23 degrees. Pretoria starts off at 9, reaching a high of 23, with Johannesburg pulling an 8 and 21. A northeasterly wind traveling at 24 kilometers per hour is expected for Mahikeng, 11 and 26, nice and sunny, with Klerksdorp starting off at 11, peaking at 25 degrees. If you're out in Kimberley, you've got that northerly wind traveling at 20 kilometers per hour, 12, that's your low, reaching a high of 27, with Bloemfontein at 9 and 23. A couple of showers are expected for Richards Bay, 15 and 24, with Pietermaritzburg starting off at 11 degrees, reaching a high of 25. High humidity is expected in Durban, South Africa's playground, 16 and 22, Mthatha 12 and 26, with East London a low of 17, reaching a high of 24 degrees today. Craddock, you've got high humidity, 9, reaching a high of 28, with Port Elizabeth, the friendly city, 16 and 24. George, 13, reaching a high of 26, and the lowest temperatures in the country, that's Sutherland today, 6, that's your low, reaching a high of 22. And if you're out in the mother city, Cape Town, 13, reaching a high of 22, with your temperatures out in Worcester, 11 and 27. Sunny, Springbok, 6 and 29. And lastly, the highest temperatures in the country, it's nice and sunny, Uppington, 14, that's your low, reaching that high of 30 degrees. And that's where we leave it for this morning. No matter the weather, make it a beautiful Wednesday out there.
Welcome to our Wellness Wednesdays with Medicare. So how much does a 10-minute consultation with your GP cost? Something that bothers a lot of us, I think. Then added to that, how easy is it to actually get an appointment? Well, Medicare has the solution. They've introduced a pretty revolutionary healthcare option. Video Med Doctors, your in-pharmacy medical consultation. So in studio to answer all of our burning questions and demystify Video Med, what those consultations are actually all about. We've got Tsepo Seforo and Vareshni Matadin from Medicare. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. What essentially is the difference between a Video Med consultation and actually seeing a GP?
Now, the essential difference between a Video Med consult and a normal GP consult is that the doctor's not physically in the room with you. But other than that, the nurse is the one who's actually going to be doing the physical examination under the instruction and the guidance of the doctor. That's the primary difference. But that doesn't mean that it compromises in the quality of the consult. It doesn't mean that it compromises in the efficacy of the consult as well. So it's basically the best way to have what's known as multidisciplinary healthcare, where you have the nurse who examines you, gives their perspective, you have the doctor who then does the final diagnosis, and in most cases, the patients are actually referred to the video med consult by the pharmacist. So you have 3 different healthcare professionals you pass through. And added on to the services that the video med consult does offer is that you do get a sick note, like with a normal GP visit. And
a referral letter.
You do get a referral letter. Let's say, for instance, if the nurse examines you with the doctor and in their opinion, your case does need you to be hospitalized or referred to a specialist, they can give you a referral letter. Right. And that script that you receive from the video med doctor, you can then fill under the same roof in the same pharmacy with the Medicare pharmacy.
What conditions are covered by a video med consultation?
Now, with the video med consult, actually, it's pretty comprehensive. So it does all the way from your cold and flu, basic cold and flu, your vitamin B shots, all the way to infectious diseases like your STIs, urinary tract infections, gastric infections, as well as we also initiate and we also maintain chronic conditions. So your hypertension, your diabetes, your cholesterol, your eczema, your asthma. So we can actually initiate that treatment, we can diagnose you there, and then we can then help you and maintain you.
I absolutely love that. So maybe you can expand a little bit on how the consult actually works without the physical presence and engagement of the doctor.
So I think the most important thing is the relationship between the doctor and the nurse for a successful healthcare delivery.
Yeah.
What happens is the professional nurse will do the physical examination. She is actually the eyes, the ears, and the extended hand for the doctor.
I love that, and of course, you're plugging into the doctor's brain, which is the most important part. That knowledge base is what we're after. I think a big driver here, and I don't want to oversimplify it, is cost. It costs a huge amount to see a doctor, never mind getting the treatment thereafter and the medication. How much will a video med consultation cost?
Okay, so on average, you're looking at 45% less than a traditional GP.
Oh, so it's almost half.
Yeah, which also includes your specific condition testings.
Other consultations, I think a big thing for me, something that frustrates me a lot, is the fact that if I want to get a vitamin B injection, now obviously you have to get a script, and that means finding time to get to a doctor, it stacks up. Are there other consultations woven in?
So we do offer other consultations at a much lower cost. We do family planning, baby immunization, vitamin B injections, Voltarens injections at a lower cost.
Is VideoMed covered by medical aid?
So in July 2019, this year, we have signed our first contract with MedShield Medical Scheme. MedShield Medical Scheme now reimburses their members through a smart care plan. We are in the process of speaking with other medical aids to come on board.
I would imagine they're going to get on board very quickly. Thank you so much for both of you for coming in. Really looking forward to our future Wellness Wednesdays. There you have it. No more waiting for ages to see your doctor. Just go to your nearest Medicare pharmacy and ask for Video Med. It's like something out of the future right now. The ultimate in modern healthcare treatment solutions.
Medicare, reinventing pharmacy for you.
Well, let's take care of your tunes on this Wednesday morning. If you're in need of a good beat, a good song, then look no further than this man over here who's graced many stages all across the world, been pleasing fans for years and years. Jack Parow in the house. Here he is performing My Koninkryk.
In jou plakkies, happy go lucky. Dis glad nie te swakkie en is nooit te laat om 'n biertjie te knakkie. Dankie, wat stooi, funky, klankie. Sit op die stoep, wafter en hankie. Wag nooit te lankie, sien jou nou. Afrika bra, ons move in slow-mo. Hier met die good vibes, you never alone. No stick with the crew, bro, never have FOMO. Oh no, What's up, bunny chow body? No, bunny. Whole loaf curry. Bro, don't worry. You wanna feel bitter? Medicine man, make you grow bigger. Klom goeie tye, dan klein bietjie crime. Ons move dik rustig op Krijg in my koninkryk. Kom van ver en wyd in my koninkryk. Ons net goeie tye in my koninkryk. Soek ons van 'n bietjie uit in my koninkryk. Oppie, daisies, Christefees. No matter waar jy gaan, is die meeste gees. Kop vol gedagtes, kop vol idees. Voor 'n traffic light, ook 'n robot kan wees. Melktap, fake cook, sisters, sissie. Call God's life as a dumb biggie beer. The gods must be crazy, be simplicity. You must be joking. Swap up as jy in is lekker. Dis mos die beste plekke. Checker, die bra met die lekker. Tekke, is lekker. Embrace my African ways. Die bra met die mallet en die beautiful face. Maar as waar jy gaan, mis ek altyd die huis. Maar as ek travel in my land, voel ek altyd thuis. So whether jy like van Fokkel of van Place, no word sideways thuis, by base. Krijg in my koninkryk. Kom van ver en wyd in my koninkryk. Ons net goeie tye in my koninkryk. Soek ons van 'n bietjie uit in my koninkryk. Krijg in my koninkryk. Krijg in my koninkryk. Krijg in my koninkryk. Soek ons van 'n bietjie uit in my koninkryk. Krijg in my koninkryk. Krijg in my koninkryk. Krijg in my koninkryk. Soek ons van 'n bietjie uit in my koninkryk.
Jack Parow on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, my koninkryk, and you can be part of his kingdom. Go check him out performing live. Waar is jy, bro?
Ek is môre aand actually by Aandklas.
Ja, maar te gebruik hier. Los
Waar is dit?
Ja, jy het
nou like free roam.
Free roam, man.
I'm at Aandklas in Pretoria môre aand.
Ja.
Saterdag groot een Prime Fest. Regtig cool, Mango Groove, Prime Circle, Pauletones, Wonderboom. You can go on actually Prime Fest Facebook and stuff, and Prime Circle's Facebook and stuff, and you can buy tickets. There's still a few left.
Nice.
Then on the 11th, I'll be at Aandklas in Stellenbosch, 12th at Mystics in Bloemfontein, and the 26th at Crown Bar in Nepal.
Wow, man, you're a very, very busy man. And thank you for making time to be here.
Thank you. It's always so wonderful seeing you.
Wonderful stuff. Jack Parow on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, baby. Your master favorite rapper. Say mos.
A taste loved by those who have tried it. McAfee, great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
Making an occasion out of a meal. The perfect atmosphere, even a show-stopping ensemble, is the level of taste that makes someone a taste master. That's SA's newest reality show on SABC3, where one individual will become the resident foodie on Afternoon Express. Record yourself preparing a dish. Tell us why you're a taste master and upload it onto Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag #TasteMasterSA. You could be the Taste Master.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling.
That can only mean
Yes, welcome to it, the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. and we're traveling. Now, whether you are going to Dubai for shopping or for pleasure, one thing is for sure, your taste buds are going to be on a happy tour of their own. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I was there myself, had an absolutely extraordinary experience all over. And our foodie tour guides today, Jenny Morris and Anel Potgieter, are here to tell us all about the culinary delights of Dubai. Ladies, good to have you here.
Ting, ting,
and we've got a little bit of...
You must ting, 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 ting.
I'm ready.
Go for it, Kat. Go for
it. Might be a little bit dizzy after that one. But this is very exciting because it just takes me back to those wonderful memories of Dubai. So let's talk about the food.
It's very diverse, isn't it? Yeah, it's very diverse. There's about 85% expats there and only about 25% Emiratis. So you could say the cuisine is very mixed.
Yeah, and infusion from all over the world. All right, so what are we looking at over here?
Spices, Jen, will you start with the spices?
Absolutely. You can get any kind of spice. India is so close. So they just put the stuff on the dhow and it comes across on the river or the sea. It's amazing.
As it used to way back in the centuries, which is how the trade started. The trade route started along the rivers there.
So all of those beautiful spices from cinnamon to cumin to cardamom to all of that is available in the souk, in the supermarket.
Yeah, those souks. Remember those souks?
Yes. Long alleyways filled with... You walk down them and then it's just an aroma of spices.
And the fish market. I get rhinitis normally like this.
You get what?
Rhinitis, my nose.
Rhinitis?
No, so she puts her head and she charges.
Is that...
what the horn?
Is it contagious?
With all the sneezing going on with all those spices.
And of course you have all other different kinds of souks as well. Jewelry souks, clothing souks. The gold souk.
I don't like it. I like the spice souk.
What do you have there now?
Yeah, they also cook with fresh herbs like parsley, some mint, coriander. They love that fresh in the dishes.
Especially parsley. It is huge in the Arabic world. It's massive.
All right, so spices, really big. Fresh herbs, very big. This, if we may just hover around here, was probably my best takeaway from a culinary point of view from Dubai, the dates that you would have with your coffee. It's absolutely sensational to have, and just to incorporate into your diet in general.
It's a snack. It breaks the fast. They're highly nutritious. They're amazing.
We can talk through the ritual. I think you also went through that eating ritual.
Yes, when you arrive and
you sit on the ground.
Yes, and there was a gentleman there, I remember, who was roasting the coffee beans, and there we go. This is exactly where we... This is exactly the place where we were, actually.
Yeah, that is my big zone.
Really? Okay, so then we must have gone to the same... it's the Sheikh Al Maktoum Heritage Village.
The village,
There we go. So that's exactly where it is.
Sit on the ground. And remember, you had to sit on your knees like this, so it actually closes your stomach so you don't eat so much.
Sorry, I missed that part of the ritual. When they brought out the chicken, I was like, okay, so I'll start there and work my way down.
I've got two stomachs. I'm like a cow. I don't have to lean. I don't have to...
a camel.
But yeah, so a great way that families welcome guests into their home is by presenting them with a nice cup of little coffee and a date there. And there's certain rituals that go along with that as well, that if you want more, then you shake it. And if you close your cup on top, it means that you're done.
You're done.
And apparently, if I remember correctly, there's a gesture where if you place the cup upside down, if I remember correctly, upside down on the table, it means you are ready to engage in an argument or a battle. It's not a good sign. So you don't want anybody to tip their cup upside down and...
I'm warning my husband. If you see that cup upside down,
and you also wash your hands before they bring around the rose water. And they serve a very simple salad as well, just with that's just lettuce and a bit of cucumber slices and orange slices that I had there as well. So it was really simple.
Excellent stuff.
Delicious dishes.
Really taking me back. We're going to come back to this very shortly.
Yes, carry on. It's simple because what's coming next?
As we continue to explore all the wonderful culinary delights of Dubai on the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ting. Okay, well, let's continue to explore right now. I think nothing beats taking time out to explore the world, traveling to some of the most exciting cities and destinations, magical destinations in the world. And of course, one of the best ways to experience these grand cities is by booking yourself a truly majestic holiday with Imagine Cruising on board one of their most stylish ships, the Costa Magica. So today's trip takes us on a voyage from Italy to the Baltics, and Paula is here to tell us all about it. It's back to Europe, baby.
Yeah.
Paula, you might see my eyes light up when I see you, partly because you're just a wonderful human being, and I love connecting with you, but I kind of feel like I get to live vicariously through you. I'm in awe of how far you guys go to investigate the destinations that you take people to. You go to a lot of these destinations yourself to experience them, but I'm absolutely gobsmacked at how you are able to create these packages in the price range that you do. It's just mind-blowing to me, and you'll begin to understand why, because we cover so much. So we took you from the Med a couple of weeks ago, back to Europe now. What is this? What's at the heart of this voyage?
So you're starting off with the glamorous city of Milan, and then you embark on the Costa Magica after spending one night in Milan, so you get to explore Milan, and then you'll get a rail down to Savona. The port that you depart from is Savona, and then you're off to see the diverse number of destinations that we have on this cruise, and you go to the beaches of beautiful beaches of Spain, and then from there the cultured cities of Portugal, Lisbon, you've got Paris, you've got London, and then you've got the Scandinavian Stockholm.
Wow, it's a powerhouse trip. The itinerary, I think, is very much a part of the strength of this, because most people, if they're going to invest in a trip like this, they want to tick as many of those boxes as they can. You want to be able to, get some time on an amazing beach, but you also want to be able to come back and with the pictures and with those stories and with the experiences to say, I've done this, I've been there. So what's on the itinerary for this one?
So this is a very exciting itinerary, because on this one you spend your one night, like I mentioned, in Milan. And then you embark the ship for 13 nights, and you're off to your destinations. Like your first stop would be Barcelona, where you need to go and see the famous Familia Sagrada, and then from there you go to Cadiz, and that's the access to go to Seville. And then from there on to Lisbon, which is the capital city of Portugal. And then from there on you go to Vigo, and from Vigo on to the trio cosmopolitan cities of your Paris, London, Amsterdam, and then before getting on to Stockholm, where you overnight on board the ship, and you get to explore more of the city before flying back to South Africa. So
I like that there is a little bit of overnight, so you can enjoy a couple of the destinations, but bear in mind that you're able to explore 30 nights on an amazing ship, where we say this just about every time, that you unpack once and you are there.
Waking up to new destinations.
Well, this is it. And you also, there is an old school majesty about it, but it's also very contemporary. I mean, the level of luxury and amenities on these ships is mind-blowing in itself. So talk us through the Costa Magica. What makes this ship so grand?
It's a very family-friendly ship, which is quite nice, and it offers ultra-modern facilities on board, and it's got superb spaces, and it's themed around Italy, so it's like you going on the journey around Italy, the chic places and charms of Italy. Besides that, you've got, your restaurants, choice of restaurants to eat at, and you've got your pool area at night, so much activities throughout the day and also in the evening. So again, you've got your spas, you've got your pool deck, you've got, every night a theatre show. And like you said, it's a floating resort. You wake up, you unpack once, wake up every morning to a new destination, and so much to offer.
And you can just stay on the ship. You don't have to go and explore these amazing cities, but there are some amazing destinations that you're going to be flying through. This is where it really does, this entire kind of the weight of a trip like this, and why it's so important. And we've discussed similar options like this before, and why this is so valuable to people is because you do all of this, those 13 nights, everything thrown in, plus your flights, 27,000 Rand, 999 Rand per person. That is an unbelievable, that's the cost of a plane ticket now to get to Europe. That's it. It's mind-blowing. So what all does this, the cost cover?
So with all our packages, it does include your flights and your airport taxes, and then you have your one-night hotel stay in Milan, and then we've included the rail to get you to Savona, to the port of Savona. We'll embark the Costa Magica, and then you'll have 30 nights on board the ship, and you'll be exploring. It's on a full board basis, which means that all your meals and snacks and activities and shows are all included. So your breakfast, lunch, dinner, your snacks on board is included, and then you're going to all those wonderful places, like I mentioned, going to Barcelona, to Seville. Get to see Lisbon, you get to see Vigo, and you go to London. Well, where the port in Le Havre, where you can go to Paris, and then Harwich to go to London, and then Amsterdam, and then you have a few sea days before you get to Stockholm, and the ship actually overnights in Stockholm, and then you disembark to fly back to. And then for our Expresso viewers, we've decided to include a full tour of Amsterdam, so that is included for all our TV Expresso viewers. So
get on it now. This will go very quickly. I would imagine at a price like that, this will go incredibly fast. So get on a 27,999 Rand per person departing on the 16th of May, this particular trip. You can explore the best Northern Europe cities, and if you taste something nice in Milan, you can then continue to eat that amazing Italian cuisine on the ship with that beautiful Costa Magica theming is amazing. Coming up, we're going to share a little bit more information on some of those exciting destinations that this incredible 13-day or 13-night cruise takes you to. Unbelievable opportunity. So you can start dialing right now. You can get on it. And we'll, of course, have all of those details on the screen. 0861 777 245. Phone Imagine Cruising right now during this break. We'll see you on the other side.
Science reaches for the truth. It works for the big and small, for the old and young. And with knowledge as our first ingredient, science is at the heart of our food. For differences you can see, feel, and trust. It all starts with science.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone. Culinary hotline bling. That can only mean one thing.
Welcome back to the Culinary Hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting. We're going to Dubai, baby. But not for the reasons you're thinking. We're going on a culinary expedition and loving all things from the beautiful country that I've had the privilege of visiting before. And Anel actually went out. I heard you went out to go milk a camel yesterday. Where did you find? Where did you find? Wow.
He was not in Noordhoek, but he ran away from me.
But you got some camel milk ice cream there.
I made some, so I want you guys to taste it.
Oh, you made it?
Yes, I made this. It's like a creme anglaise. I made it like that. And please taste it, because you had it in Dubai.
Oh. Yeah?
Huh?
I mean...
Yeah, please.
Very nice.
I mean...
Oh, come on, Jenny, try. What do you taste?
What a camel.
What does it taste like?
I've ridden a camel. I'm not going to eat a camel.
Come on.
No, come on, Jenny.
Very nice.
Jenny,
I wish
try
we had
it.
slow-mo.
You are going to love it.
My husband will get jealous if you feed me.
Now, come on. Yes, a sissy, no.
Yeah?
Okay. Not very nice.
I think it's delicious.
I think it's maybe in a quiet taste, but maybe it's the visual.
thought.
It's the visual. There we go. It's the visual. If you had not known, I'm pretty sure that you would have loved that. It's absolutely brilliant. But also, one of the treats that you'd get in Dubai is camel milk ice cream, because they use camel milk in quite a lot of things where culinary is concerned.
And they do camel milk burgers. Camel milk. Camel burgers.
Imagine what?
Camel burgers.
Yes.
That is. I didn't enjoy that. I must be honest with you.
I prefer that to the milk, to be honest.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And then there's another thing they make. They stuff a whole camel. They say it's the biggest culinary food to eat in the world. In our spitloom.
Like a spit.
Yeah, it's show-off food. It's beautiful. It shows your...
Yeah.
Your spit brine must have like, does it need to have the double humps? Because when it rolls over,
You don't have to baste it because they're fat in that hump. Because it's very low in fat camel meat, you must remember. It's lower
very
than ostrich
lean.
meat.
Yeah.
Very, very lean.
Because those animals
Very
are used to
healthy.
surviving long trips in the
Absolutely.
desert and that kind of thing. What do you have there, no?
I'm making some rose tea. I remember sitting there on the river, all on my own, sipping on an iced rose tea.
Lovely.
So this is just normal tea.
Green tea they like to use in that as well.
Yeah. And we're going to add a little bit of rose water.
Look at that syrup.
Or rose syrup.
There.
Or
I think
rose
I definitely
water.
missed out on that.
And then you've got some lemon juice
Wow, okay.
and some honey.
Honey.
All right. SMS the keyword tea to 33728 and we'll send you the link to the recipe as well.
There's
as
one made. Taste that.
Yeah,
And
okay.
some robust petals.
That's delightful.
Give your mama a sip.
That's
Is
delightful.
it delicious?
Yes.
And
Now
a bit of...
that I like.
What?
That was one of my favorite things that I drank in Dubai.
Why are we not drinking more rose tea?
Isn't it delicious?
Because when you make fresh rose tea, remember, there must not be sprayed roses. Otherwise, you'll be 6 foot under.
Okay.
Remember that.
Organic, yes.
Organic.
Get the organic stuff. All right, listen, this is amazing, and we're going to come back again because we still have one more recipe to share with you in the Culinary Hotline Bling. To Dubai.
So, featured in today's Imagine Cruising travel experience on board the incredible Costa Magica is the pint-sized, remarkable city of Lisbon, as well as Cadiz and Vigo in Spain, all with their own cultural and cuisine treasures as well. Paula's back to talk a little bit further about some of the marvelous things we can do on this incredible trip, some of those destinations. But we've got to reiterate, for 27,999 Rand, this unbelievable price package, which might seem a bit too good to be true, is only available because of a repositioning that is happening on the 16th of May 2020. So there is a reason why this deal is so good, why this selection of destinations have come together. It's in the stars. It is your opportunity to do something truly remarkable. Let's get into the destinations very close to your heart.
Yes,
I have no doubt. Let's go to Portugal. Lisbon, what can we get up to there?
Okay, so it's actually very easy to fall in love with Lisboa.
Lisboa.
The city is set over 7 hills, and it's got like the blend of your cultural and also modern, feel. There, I would definitely recommend, if you want to try and climb up the 15th century Tower of Belém and see the beautiful surrounding
That's why
landscapes
you said try
around
and
there.
climb up. You didn't say just climb up, just try. Give it a go. Yeah.
And then also there, doing that, I mean, from there you can actually go on the tram and maybe go up to St. George's Castle. By tram, which is quite nice to do.
So cute.
And then just visit, you can go to the Alfama district as well, and you can walk around the narrow cobbled alleyways, and it's got the colourful buildings, the little shops and arts and craft shops and cafes there. It's beautiful. It's so much to do there, and the food is delicious. And you can actually take the tram, which crisscrosses around the charming city.
And it's nice and small enough for you to be able to really get a good sense, a good taste, excuse the pun, of the
Talking
of the
about
culture.
taste, you need to try the pastéis nata.
Why didn't you bring us some? Last time we did this trip, you brought us a whole plateful. I love that. It looks truly magical and beautiful. As you say, I like the mix of the old, of the culture. We know some of the best beaches in the world, but I've been told by anyone who has been there that the people are just so cool. That's why it's such a, you prove it every day. But it's a beautiful place to explore because it's so warm and welcoming. So then we're back on the Costa Magica, and then we're off to Spain. What did we get up to there?
So Spain, I love Barcelona, so that is one of the first stops of of Spain, and then you get to Cadiz, and then you get to Vigo. Vigo is beautiful. It's actually the largest fishing village, there in Europe. And you're trying some of the tapas there, and you get to go to Seville, and Seville there you maybe go watch a flamenco show while you're there. So it's beautiful. It's got a nice blend of places in Spain.
Felt quite familiar, the vibe of the people, although the language barrier was a bit of a thing for me, but I was in Spain recently, and I found the people so open again and warm, and they love tourists. They love people coming to visit their part of the world, which is beautiful. I like the idea of tasting a little bit of fish in Vigo as well. Just again, take us through very quickly that price package seems insane.
So because it, like you mentioned, is a repositioning cruise, it only goes the one date, so there is no other date. It's the 16th of May, 2020. And like I mentioned, it does include includes your flights, airport taxes, 30 nights, 1 night in Milan and 30 nights on board the ship, including all your meals, your activities throughout the day, and also your theatre shows. And you've got a few sea days to actually enjoy the ship as well.
Enjoy the cruise.
Which is really value for money,
It's unbelievable value for money. I don't think anyone's making any money off this particular trip, but a golden opportunity for you. 27,999 Rand per person, including flights and taxes. This is the perfect opportunity for you to forget your troubles, just go and enjoy some of the most mystical, beautiful, culturally enriched cities in Northern Europe on board the truly magical Costa Magica. And up next, Paolo is going to take us through some of the more of the cities that we'll be visiting on this incredible voyage.
What it takes to shine on Expresso. Your favorite breakfast show is searching for new presenters, and it's your time to shine with Orbit Gum.
Own it with Presenter Search on 3, the Expresso edition, Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3.
In thrilling weekly challenges, who will stand, who will stumble, and who will win the right to bring you the best of breakfast television. It's your time to shine with Presenter Search on 3 and Orbit Gum.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone. Culinary hotline bling. That can only mean one thing.
Welcome back to the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing. Now, have you ever tried to make a bread and butter pudding with palmiers? Now, for those of you who don't know, this is a palmier. Those little pig ear, elephant ear biscuits kind of looking things made with puff pastry. It's absolutely delicious. It's got a creamy, buttery
It's the butter.
taste to it at the end. It's amazing. And we're about to make a beautiful pudding right now with it, ladies, courtesy of our culinary journey to Dubai. So let's get right into it while I enjoy this palmier.
There we go. This is an Ali. Ali is an Egyptian creation, but of course...
Ali?
Ali. Ali.
It sounds like Ali.
Yeah, Ali, but it comes from Egypt. And you'll find it all over Dubai. It is the richest, most deliciousness that you've ever tasted. They normally use flat pastry, a puff pastry. You can layer it. You can do it the way Nell's doing it now and break it up. In Dubai, it's very, very sweet because they use condensed milk and evaporated milk, and they really, your teeth stand on end, which is delicious. But what are you doing here? You're going to do fresh milk, my love?
Yes, I've got some palmiers that I've broken up, and I'm just going to add some beautiful raisins, some nuts of your choice, any nuts.
Almonds are lovely.
Yeah, and some pistachios.
Yes,
that is delicious. So I'm going to break this up again and give it another layer. Just like so.
So you just continue to layer it over.
She's going to wet it first and then put another layer.
And the last thing I'm going to do is I've got just milk and sugar that's been boiling, not boiling, just took to a boiling phase. And you're going to add this over this, like so.
And there we go.
And then I'm going to add some more of this. I have to.
Of course.
And some pistachios.
By the way, if we've just joined us, we're making this wonderful pudding. And you can SMS the keyword sweet to 3337.
Lastly, whipped cream.
Oh, yeah.
I know this looks strange, but now we're going to add some whipped cream over it. And
I thought they would have gone in last.
No,
it's baking. You've got to bake it.
So your oven is now on 200 degrees on the grill. On 200 degrees. And it's in the middle of the oven, not at the top. And then you pop this in for about 10 minutes under the grill till it's brown.
And the sugar in here is going to have that whole caramelized.
Caramelize.
Yes. That's another one for
goodness,
you.
thank you.
And that's how easy it is.
I could have these all day. And then when you serve it up, would you then, let's say, add an additional maybe layer of ice cream?
No, it's too sweet.
Oh, really?
Yes. Cream.
I guess that's why we have these.
Clover cream.
In front of us right now.
I think I will just serve it up with more whipped cream with a bit of vanilla in and a touch of sugar, like a chantilly cream.
Absolutely,
I think just something like
tiny
that.
bit of sweet.
Tiny bit of sweetness.
Right.
But I think we need to taste this.
We do,
Where's Jack
but not just
Parow?
us. Yeah, Jack Parow needs to come in here. He's been idling about in the kitchen.
Yeah, I won't complain at all.
There you
So
go.
jy met proe. Kan ek vir jou 'n stukkie gryp?
Ja.
Are you soet dan, Bra?
Sommer so uit die bak uit, ek like it.
Ja.
Dis hoe ons dit doen op Expresso. Dis ons raal.
Joh, my sticky,
You have a sweet tooth.
I do, eh?
Lovely.
Yeah, too much of a sweet tooth.
Get in.
Ham.
Is dit yum yum yum?
Yeah.
Yum, Ali.
Yeah, that's really good.
I'll grab
There
some
you
of the.
go.
I need to taste this as well.
I like the mix of it being like crunchy and like chewy and gooey.
Do you know what I taste? It's caramel. That caramelization.
Wait, I'm missing raisins. I need raisins.
I've just got a big, fat, juicy.
Get inside.
Get inside.
It's crunchy with the nuts. It's caramelized. It's weird.
It is good, yeah. I'm having another one.
Put some cream on it. Have we got extra cream?
So SMS sweet to 3378. While you're at it, Jack, sip some of this rose tea.
Yo, huh? I love coming on this show, eh? Good time.
Taste it. Legit. That's legit.
That is good, huh? Yo.
There you go. Ladies, thank you very much. We really appreciate this journey into the wonderful food of Dubai. And so, if you're looking for any other reason other than the high-rise buildings and the wonderful shopping experiences, the desert excursions, go to Dubai for the food. Thank you very much. That's it for the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ting. All I'm hearing is slurp, slurp, crunch, crunch coming from that side of the studio. Thanks so much, guys. Looks like an absolute blast, a culinary delight. But let's move on to a different kind of delight. A flight for the imagination, for the spirit, an opportunity to do something truly remarkable as a travel experience, I think is the best way to describe it. Paula is back to tell us a little bit more about the final leg of our incredible voyage across Europe on board the Costa Magica, where you'll be visiting some magnificent places like Le Havre, Hawick, Amsterdam and Stockholm, where we rounded all off. Okay, so we've been through, we've touched on Italy, Spain, Portugal, and then we moved to a different port, Le Havre, and then Hawick, where we can obviously experience London. Yes. But what's the kind of connection to both of these particular ports? What can we do from there?
Okay, so Le Havre is the French port of the region in Normandy.
Wow.
And there you've got the access to go to Paris. And, you know, for those that's been to Paris will know that there's a lot of iconic sights to see, like the Eiffel Tower, the
You kind of have to. You kind of have to do that.
And you've got the Place de la Concorde, and you've got the Notre Dame, you know, the Cathedral of Notre Dame.
Renovated, or
So
the process of being renovated.
Yes,
yeah.
and then from there you go to Harwich, and Harwich is in England, and that's also close to England's capital, London. And again, you can have access to go there and see again those famous landmarks like the Tower of, the Tower of
London,
Big Ben, and you've got the London Eye, and you have the Tower of London. I mean, so much to see there as well, and
Buckingham
explore.
Palace if you can.
Yeah, Buckingham Palace for sure. And so there's so much to do there, and you've got a full day there, so you can actually explore London before then coming back to on board the ship.
So often people touch on Amsterdam purely as a connecting kind of flight destination, but it's one of those cities that offers so much to be able to explore. Very tourist friendly, again, beautiful, open air, gorgeous, and that mix of history. What can we get out of our trip to Amsterdam?
I love Amsterdam. It's very pretty and picturesque, with all the little canals that they have there and all the tulips around there. It's a tulip season that you're going in, so take advantage and go while you can. It's a beautiful time of the year to visit Amsterdam, and you've got the Rijksmuseum, you've got the Van Gogh Museum. But on this specific holiday, we're actually giving a trip to, a free trip on seeing the Zanzi Shams windmills. So it's a little village of windmills, and there you can see the.
It doesn't look real. It looks like a fairy tale come to life. Yeah.
And you've got the cheese factory to also go and see, and then the clog workshop. You see it all there. It's typical Dutch. So you get to experience all of that there, and then you'll also go to the fishing village of Volendam, and you walk on the dikes. The fishing village there. It's very pretty and quaint, and again, a beautiful tour. I've done that, and definitely highly recommended.
If you're going to spend a short amount of time, you want to do the iconic things, get a real sense of the culture. It's a storybook come to life. You see so many of these images and pictures, but you get to actually go and experience it. Go and taste the cheese. I always have to bring it back to food for me. And then finally, we are in Stockholm for the last leg of our journey.
So you in Stockholm, you remember you overnight on board the ship here, so you really get to see this beautiful city. It's across about 14 islands and linked to over 50 bridges. Wow. It's known for the northern part of Venice. It's like
very much
very similar.
Yeah.
And there you can go to the old town of Gamla Stan, and also maybe go and see the royal palace, the Drottningham. And they've also got the Vasa Museum. So much to do there. You really get a lot of time, and it's easy access to get around there. It's very pretty.
It is
part
beautiful.
Of the world. And that's where you end the trip before then flying back to South Africa. So 14 nights in total, doing all of these wonderful destinations.
And then showing every friend and family member, every photo.
And all the storytelling when you get back.
And so many different destinations, each one offering something slightly different. The nuance of this trip is amazing. The value, I think, is one of the best that we've covered in our time, kind of me living vicariously through. Thank you so much for putting this particular trip together. I can understand why this would be such a valuable prospect for anyone who can do it. 14 splendid nights on board the magical Costa Magica, starting from Italy, traveling across some of the most beautiful cities and destinations in Northern Europe for an unbelievable price, 27,999 Rand per person, but it only embarks from the 16th of May 2020, which is why you've got this incredible balance of these destinations with this amazing price, and that's flights included. I'm going to say that number again, 0861 777 245. Someone is standing by to take your call right now. Get on it. This is going to go very, very quickly.
Hi, my name is Sabia, and I pretend to be other people for a living. Come find your smooth fame and fortune on Tropica Island of Treasure Carousel. To join me on the island, all you have to do is buy a bottle of Tropica, Follow the entry details, upload a video of yourself telling me why you'd be my ideal partner. Upload it on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Hashtag TIOT9. And you could join me in paradise and find smooth fame and fortune.
When you talk about the chocolate chip, you think about something like flat shimmering.
Tick, tick, tick.
It's fine tuning.
Ons stokken los, away bro, like het netjes, away te tijdelijk. Okie-dokie, een boer en een salty, chips in een doobie, away dossie fotie. Smart, too fancy, too sexy, exie perfectie, eend in een mensje, kunt op die beksie, Jack naar die trickski, lang in die pitchie, lang in die pitchie, koord van die lont, boons bij die rond, rand tot de pond, glip, glij oor die grond, stop het, drop het, too much of a match, dus just klap het, kap het, moes soos een map het, hand op je pap het, ach nee, sis, beweeg iets.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso live right here on SABC3. That Feel Good on this amazing Wednesday is going on, and I'm keeping myself refreshed. This tastes
I see.
so good, Leanne. You know what? When I tell you that this tastes so good, it's an offer, not a challenge. And we definitely cannot survive our mornings without, of course, some of our McCafe coffee. But today is particularly hot. And McDonald's, they've definitely hooked us up with their new ginger melon McFizz. It's got that stony in there as well for that extra quitza.
Exactly, a delicious, fruity flavor, a lovely little fizz there as well. It packs a whole punch and a fizz as well. And I must say, it looks absolutely amazing. This is going to be the ultimate drink this summer, huh?
Yeah. You go get it, Princess.
Yes.
Here you go. Don't be shy also. I know this is from your company, but you can also drink nicely.
No,
Graham, you can have one as well.
No, you know what? I'm going to take this to Kat because he's eaten a lot of spicy.
Yeah, he needs it.
foods
That's
and-
what you say now, and by the time you get there, it's halfway. Yeah.
It does look good, eh?
It does, and it tastes amazing too.
Because it is our time to chill. Thanks, guys. I'm going to go and take this to Kat.
Yeah, that's what you say now. So let us know on social media if you've tried the McDonald's Ginger Melon McFizz yet and what meal you would love to pair it with. Let us know on the Expresso Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. We'd love to hear from you.
Cheers.
Drink it.
Another one. There we go.
Well, it's been a wonderful morning with Jack Parow, a very, very busy man. Glad you can make time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us, man.
Thanks for having me. It was
Prime
great.
Fest is going to be amazing, I'm very sure, with all of those wonderful artists. When is it again?
It is this Saturday.
This coming Saturday. And so you want to get your tickets, and they are on Prime Circle.
Yeah, you can go on Prime Circle's Facebook and get the link there, and yeah.
Wonderful stuff.
Come
And
party.
hopefully one day we'll be going to the Parafest all the way in Utrecht in Holland as well.
Please.
What's the last song you're dropping for us?
Last one's Ons stokken los.
Oh yes, do it!
When you talk about the chocolate chip, you think about something like flat shimmering. It's fine tuning.
Ons stokken los, away bro, like het netjes, away te tijdelijk. Okie-dokie, een boer en een salty, chips in een doobie, away dossie fotie. Smart, too fancy, too sexy, exie perfectie, eend in een mensje, kunt op je pixie, Jack naar die trickski, lang in die pitchie, koord van die lont, boos bij die rond, rand tot de pond, glip, glij oor die grond. Stop het, drop het, too much of a match, dus just klap het, kap het, moes soos een map het, hand op je pap het, ach nee, sis, beweging, skit rond en beleef iets is ons, ja. Laat die bij die tannies front, ja, de stons, nou luister vir die gegons, daar. Tukkelosie gaan jou vang, lang, als je hardloop in die gang, lang, moeilijk hier en so, want ek pik jou soos is, tukkelosie gaan jou vang, als je hardloop in die gang, moeilijk hier en so, want ek pik jou soos is. Ons gezel, away bro Jack, luister ek hoor die tokkelossie is back, rarig, nou wie's bang, kom ons gaan, voor die tokkelossie ontvang, put up, boom, met jou beat op die klippe, laat die blik pop, soos een pijp vol pitte, het die sweet, die laat nachtbodies, sweet out vanavond, ga jy nie sloopie, dis die nacht wat tokkelossie rondsluit, weg in die dag, maar vannacht gaan jy uitkruip, great, move in die koppie reg om te boor. Hoor, top van die smooth chain, Parow en Gazelle is dit blerrie myn. Dobbelosie gaan jou vangen lang, as jy hardloop in die gange lang, hoe kon ek hier aan so, want ek pak jou soos, dobbelosie gaan jou, as jy hardloop in die, hoe kon ek hier aan so, want ek pak jou soos, lang.
Wat zoek jij in mijn bos? Wat zit jij mijn vrouw uit los? Stokkelos, wat zoek jij hier? Ik klap jou, want jij steel mijn biesels. Stokkelos, wat zoek jij in mijn bos? Wat zit jij mijn vrouw uit los? Stokkelos, 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 stokkelos. Dobbelos, ik ga nu vangen lang. Ja, ik ben die gangen lang. Hoe wil ik hier aan zo? Wat ik pak je zo is. Dobbelos, ik ga nu. Als je hardloop in die, hoe wil ik je dan zo? Wat ik pak je zo is lang. Tokkelos, 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 tokkelos. Tokkelos, 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 tokkelos. Tokkelos, 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 tokkelos. Tokkelos, 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 tokkelos.
Come over here, Jack Parow. Come over here, come and join us. Come and join us. What an awesome performance. Let's give it up one more time. Feel good breakfast show.
The energy in the studio right now is insane. I've got to ask, bro, does it feel as good doing that? Because how many times do you reckon you performed that song?
Yes, yeah, a lot, eh? But it's still fun. I love it. I think it becomes more about the crowd's response than actually doing the song. So just looking at how people react and how...
Do you find most of your crowds do that stupid dance? I feel like I must just get loose and you must get in there.
It's a great dance, man.
Thank you.
Look amazing.
Thank you, love. I appreciate it. No, we are blown away by how you've taken what you do global. It's just amazing to me that you're selling out to international concerts, dude. That is just
Thank you.
awesome.
And then also taking other people along the journey with you.
It's beautiful.
Every year when you do it, you take
someone
local artist with you.
from here. Yeah, and hopefully when I bring it this side next year, I can bring Dutch artists this side as well. So that'll be fun.
Look at you, big moves, man, big moves. And then also past that, right? What else is in your future? Do you have big plans that you can share with us?
Yeah, as I said, the biggest stuff I'm working towards now is the. Sorry, I jumped around a lot now.
Sorry, us too,
my biggest plans for now is just building up to the 10 years. So it starts obviously at the end of this year till the end of next year, and there's really a lot of stuff that I'm doing, really cool stuff, as I said, from like signature shoes with Puma to like bring out a version of my brandy, Parow brandy, a 10-year version.
Wow.
Like, so there's really a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, now I got my own brandy. Can't even believe that, guys.
Oh, man, you're taking over. But it's also so incredible to see. Just you rake up these YouTube views. Like, how do you even, like, I don't know. It's when you're mind-blowing.
I must say, it's really cool for me that everyone's doing so well these days. You know, there's so many artists that are really getting such recognition, so many like amazing Afrikaans, especially rappers that are kind of coming out again, and it was really cool for such a long time. It felt to me like there wasn't a lot of Afrikaans rap really popping, so I'm really happy. Like people from Earl to Biggie to like Loufie, all these like rappers, Cream, like all these guys coming out, and it's really amazing. Afrikaans rap is peaking at the heart.
Nice one, fam. Listen, thanks for watching, Jack Parow.
Don't forget tonight, y'all. 7:30. Don't miss it.
We love you.
Adios,
muchachos.
Bye.
Expresso Morning Show, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.